Guys, nice little chill stream we have here. Even though it is going to be a pretty momentous occasion here, we have ourselves the semifinals for the gold split of our summer splashdown. I'm Let's Go Dragon. Alongside today is my co-caster Asami.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a pretty nice morning.
And we're just gonna get right into a draft here. Nothing too crazy we're seeing out here. Very smart bands. We're seeing a lot of I would say targeted pick outs against Ishan, the mid laner for Seaflow. Pretty cracked at Irelia and the Vladimir, I had to say. So going to give respects to over those bans. While over on the other side, we are going to be seeing two of the stronger junglers banned away, which interestingly enough still leads up Nocturne, but they are going to be or Mind Your Business is going to be picking up Ezreal instead.
Yeah, that was the immediate Ezreal pick. So they obviously want to give a pretty nice comfort pick down there into the bot lane. Ezreal being that guy who really doesn't need any kind of mythic item, just is very powerful come the later stages of the game. And I'm curious to see if it'll be maybe if we'll see the Divine Thunder kind of build, which a lot of Ezreals do end up taking, or if it'll just be something a little more tame, maybe just lethality Ezreal. That'd be pretty cool.
Lethality Ezreal. Haven't seen that in a while just because Divine Sunderer has been the go-to choice here. Diana is going to be picked up for Seaflow alongside of the Rel. Pretty interesting. I actually haven't seen a Rel in a little bit now, actually.
Yeah, Rel's kind of fallen under the radar. Not as strong as some of these other supports, say like the Nautilus or the Thresh, but along with the Diana kind of pairing, it's a very lethal duo. They can just straight in or straight all in and get pretty nice ultimates. Obviously, you have the uh, Magnet Storm, I believe is the name for Rel's ultimate, and the Moonfall. Those will be catastrophic if they are able to pair it up. But we do see the Thresh does come in now for bot lane, so we already know who the ADC and support are, and the pretty nice common pair here. You keep everything safe and keep things safer. If Diana goes in, she gets kicked right out. Poppy coming in.
Poppy is an interesting choice here. We have a lot of peeling defensive units coming out from Mind Your Business. They're looking for play really defensive early and mid game here, while the Vayne is going to be hovered over for Seaflow here. It's going to be picked up as well, so that's going to be pretty interesting. I like the pick because they're against a Thresh and Poppy, someone who can get real tanky even if they don't have too many items.
Yeah, and we see the Vayne is going to be the pick just because of the Poppy and Thresh. Thresh not going to be one of the more tankier ones like the Poppy, but now Poppy does have to know when to go in and out come these later stages of the match as it is Vayne. So if you have no respect there, Vayne just shreds you, shreds your entire team. So now comes just how this bot lane matchup will end up playing out as when you have a Rel and Vayne, I don't imagine they win this laning phase at all. It's going to be just a little tough down there.
Yeah, looks like Cassiopeia and Galio is going to be banned away here. I like the Galio ban away just because, Galio has some of that present presence around the map here. And Cassiopeia also being banned away means that they don't want to necessarily see some of these hyper carries in the mid lane as well for Bark Bark. Pretty sure that's how you Bark 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 in the mid lane.
Yeah, and we see Renekton automatically locked in. So the Croc is going to be seeing the rift, and hopefully it's a happy Croc, not a sad Croc. We've been seeing a lot of bad luck with Renektons. They get picked, they become sad almost immediately come the game.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll be just fine. Uh, Urgot is a pick that I don't see too often. I like this pick. Bring some
I
spice
am
in here.
I'm curious if this is going to be a Poppy jungle or an Urgot jungle in this case here. Either one kind of works. They work about the same, honestly. I feel like Poppy and Urgot. But I feel like Poppy does better in the Renekton matchup because she has that steadfast presence. But I'd still be interested to see how well they can trade with an Urgot in the top lane if they do decide to have one or the other in the up there. Now we have the last pickup for Seaflow, either going to be the jungler or the mid lane, since Diana can kind of flex into either role as well.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we would have seen maybe like a flex or something like that. Like, we'd see Urgot end up going mid, Poppy top, and then some kind of jungler in there, random jungler. But instead, that's not what happens. We see Syndra locked in, and the response to it is the Ziggs. Uh, Ziggs just being the tower destroyer on the Rift. So overall, draft is pretty interesting on the side of mind your business, but at the same time, they have a comp that kind of just executes it extremely well. And if you're low and our guy ends up hitting you with that ulti, kiss everything goodbye. You have to be so safe now.
Yeah, but it is going to be interesting to see how this goes. Seaflow just coming off the momentum from last week, beating the Dirty Diet Boys, who were kind of running down the gauntlet. And now facing Mind Your Business, which has been a little or has been on a little bit of a play spell. They could have been scrimming, but in terms of official matches, they didn't get to play too much. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, they were just making sure we were ready. But yeah, Mind Your Business is going to be, I would say a little bit on, I don't necessarily want to say disadvantage, but they don't necessarily have, like, possibly the thing to keep them playing necessarily. They were ready for this point in time, but they don't necessarily have the official matches to really put their stuff on the line and get some actual practice in. But I'll be interested in either way how they are gonna do here against Seaflow.
Yeah, as you said, they don't have that kind of match, or they don't have the kind of matchup that you would think to see here. I mean, I don't think anyone really is expecting a Poppy or an Urgot jungle. That's the first thing that I think just takes us kind of off guard. But at the same time, when you add in this element of surprise, it now comes up to the other side. Like, okay, how do they respond? Are they going to respond well to it, or are they going to be like, well, we don't really know exactly what to do with this certain kind of role skill or role matchups or whatever it may be?
Hmm.
But it is going to be Poppy jungle. Uh,
Yeah.
and with the Poppy being locked in for the jungle, it now I think Poppy can kind of just force a way into Diana's jungle, not even be afraid, especially since if she goes towards that bot lane and Diana's there, she's gonna have that lane prio. So no matter what, Brindicus should be safe with the Poppy pick.
Yeah, very much. We will have to keep an eye out on that. But I'll be also interested. We do have pretty good members for each team. For like in the solo lanes, we have some pretty solid members. I'm ready to watch out here. I mean, Bark and Ishan, I'm pretty sure are pretty good. Just mid laners overall. So I'm interested to see how the way they'll play. We saw Ishan and Peak really carry out on some of the games earlier versus Dirty Diet Boys, so I'm interested in that. Alongside of that, we also see Pigley versus Business Time. Two also pretty good top laners. I am interested to see how that matchup goes out as well. As for bot lane, I'll be honest, I haven't seen too much coming out of them, but I am interested to see what they can both do. Really, I mean, Bpods we saw in the previous split, he was doing a lot of subbing in for other people's ADCs. Did a great job at that. But now he's actually on the team here. And Seaflow not necessarily making it to the top spots, but they were making it into the top 3 at the very least here. So it's going to be interesting. Kilgar, you can't see that right now. I'll just go ahead and switch over to client. He was having a little fun hovering over the Akshan, but not actually going to pick it. Still going to have the Ezreal, and we can just go ahead and look at most of the draft here if they stop just trolling our bans here or trolling our picks.
But you don't
There it
want to see
is.
the Amumu support? I mean, it's basically a Thresh.
I mean, I guess if you always hit Q twice on Thresh.
But as you said, the bot lane, very interesting. Bpots, I'm hoping Bpots does end up having a pretty solid game on the Vayne. Obviously, as we pointed out just earlier, uh, with the Rel with the Vayne, they don't have the best organization come these early stages, and we're really gonna be looking forward to seeing Angradis and Dyslexic and Ishan when they can hit these wombo combos with their ultimates. That's when they're really gonna be deadly, really when they have to be feared. But when you look at the side of Mind Your Business, Kilgar, he's playing a very safe pick in the Ezreal. Thresh, obviously, he can go in or he can save you, and you got pretty good people to just keep him away. Poppy obviously can stop dashes, can send people back to the base basically. Syndra can also stop it. So when you look on Cosmic Flow, you see they want to go in, and if they go in, they don't plan to stop. But on the other side, they have a team that can stop you from going in, and they can just poke you down a lot harder than what Cosmic Flow can.
Yeah, so interesting team comps. It's going to be really boiled down to how well can each side really execute on some of these team comps as well in order to really make things happen. I will be, I'd say the lanes to be watching out for now is at least Ishan versus Bark Bark, and then Visit Time versus Peak Late, but can't knock out the bot lane just because I haven't seen them play before. They could have some pretty interesting stuff happening here. Vayne, haven't seen that too much other than the game we last saw of C-Flow going against Dirty Diet Boys, and then Ezreal is a pick that's pretty normal right now just because the Divine Sunderer is a pretty easy and good pickup for a lot of ADCs, or I don't say a lot of ADCs, but more so like Ezreal can really make a lot of use out of it. And in this case here, I wouldn't actually say it's the greatest of items, just because, Renette and Diana, Ziggs, Vayne, all kind of squishy targets. You'll get some good value off of Rel, but in any case here, it'd still be a good item because of how that healing you'll have, and can't knock out the damage in any case either. So still going to be an interesting game here. We still got a minute and 20-ish seconds until we load on in. And yeah, how about we talk a little bit about Akshan here? I've been really interested about that new champion. I feel like his kit is overall underwhelming because his W is so strong. But what do you think about Akshan?
Well, in the small games that I've played with Akshan on my team or against him, he's not the most powerful champion. As you said, his W is pretty nice, pretty strong overall, but at the same time, to me, his kind of damage is underwhelming. I don't see him much as a mid laner as a lot of people have been taking him, and maybe that's just because you can really kind of force him out with these other mages that just dish out a lot of damage to get more control over the lane, and so that puts a lot more pressure on the action. And obviously his Q, not the best in my honest opinion. Obviously it gets farther, and it can hurt come later stages of the game, but at the same time, you kind of need to have that moment where you're able to really go in and dish out that damage. But to me, I can see him more as an ADC, especially with that grapple hook. He can just go in, go out, and be just fine in that ADC role.
Yeah, especially, yeah, I mean, I consider like maybe a Pike plus Ishan or Akshan is going to just be a really good lane, because say your mid laner dies to a 2v2, you guys just both leave lane, go mid lane, get an extra 700 gold if you kill him with Pike ulti. It sounds like just a general good time over for if you decide to draft into an auction. Revive your AD or your mid lane and jungler. But enough talk about that. Let's just jump right into game here, where we have the Mind Your Business on the blue side versus C-Flow. We're still loading into the game here, but we can check out some of the skins. Never mind. I should really stop talking. But in any case, let's just load into the game. You want to introduce this blue side to us?
On the blue side, we do have Mind Your Business. We have Business Time, 15 as the Urgot in the top lane, Brindicus as the Poppy in the jungle, taking Dark Harvest, by the way. Bark, Bark, Bark as the Syndra in the jungle in the mid lane, my apologies. And Kilgar and Poison 57 as the Ezreal Thresh bot lane duo.
Yeah, while we have on the red side, we got Cosmic Flow, Peak lane in the top lane, Renette, and we got Androgus. We have a Diana in the jungle, Ishan in the mid lane playing the Ziggs, and then for the bot lane we got B-Pots and Dyslexic playing the Vayne and Rel.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun name to try and pronounce throughout the entire series. It's just so such a tough one to try and say. I'm guessing it's Angrudis, probably. But tough, it's tough. It's a tough one.
Definitely a tough name, but hey, hopefully we'll get it right before the end of this best of 5 series here. So we'll just have to see. I guess we didn't even mention that. Yeah, it's going to be a best of 5 series for these semifinals and finals today. So hope you enjoy our voices, or at least a little bit, because we're going to be here with you for quite a while here. Or unless it just turns into a 3-0 series and then I just eat all my words.
Yeah, but I mean, when it's a best of five, you don't usually see that happen. There's probably gonna end up being a 4 game series, hopefully, maybe 5. Who knows? Who knows? But uh, other than that, don't really expect to see a whole bunch other than just the normal laning phase. Uh, I say laning phase, and yet there's a Poppy in the jungle, and that's not normal at all.
Yeah, especially with Dark Harvest, that is still a weird one to me. But I'm with it. I'm with it. I you know, maybe it'll just pop off really well because we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dashes technically, because Ishan's satchel jump counts as a dash as well. So it really, honestly, I don't hate it. I don't hate it more than we talk about it. So
Yeah, Business taking a bad trade there. He did miss the little dash that he has, so gonna be losing out just a bit there, but overall, nothing too much to worry about. I'm kind of surprised the Vayne and Thresh or the Thresh and Ez in this bot lane are not playing as aggressive as I expected them to be.
Uh, yeah, definitely. Just not playing as aggressive, but with that said, it looks like Dyslexic is trying to get some good damage and not able to get the third proc, but the hook does land over on the B-Pots for a returning trade. He's taking a lot of damage, taking some minion damages on top of that, so that was a pretty bad trade overall over for B-Pots there. Well, on the
Yep,
top lane,
and
Peak, like, nice flash, forcing out the flash from business time as well on top of that stun. So nothing happening there, but over in the Rod is atching all over the map. Endrigus got to be careful here. He's gotten double flashed on by Bark Bark, picking up the kill there with the last Q. So there goes first blood over for the side of Mind Your Business.
yeah, there was no respect for the Poppy and for Syndra, who both have ways to CC you if you're against a wall for Poppy, and if you just get pushed like that the force of Syndra, it's obviously going to be an easy pickup there. So no respect means an easy pickup and an easy first blood for the Syndra.
Yeah, absolutely. First blood for Syndra is going to be pretty nice here against Ishan, who can poke out pretty well with his bombs. So getting a lead anywhere you can is going to be pretty important. With that said, though, Andricus is going to be over in the jungle. We're looking for a nice flash into the knockup there. Good QE over onto Poison. Poison gets a good return on the hook, and Dyslexic is getting real low, having burned the heal. Here comes a TP coming out from, it looks like a 4-man in the bot lane here. Here comes Peaklight as well. He's trying to get a return while Beepos is trying his best to kite away Bark Bark. Peaklight is in the middle of 2 of them, but managed to pick up 1 at the very least here. Double kill over for the Syndra while Andricus managed to get a return kill out of that. Brilliant is on the run towards Andricus, and she's looking to maybe make a turn here, but nothing's going to come out of there. And it's going to end up as a 2-for-2.
Yes, it is a 2 for 2. Yeah, the agency and support end up falling. Great hook, by the way, coming out from Poison just to keep Dyslexic under this tower just a little longer. Takes a lot of damage, and immediately we see the TP responses come in from Peaklight and from Bark Bark Bark. And, Bark Bark ends up falling, so he does end up giving over a kill to the Diana, which... obviously that's kind of one of those moments where you're just like, man, that's suck. But at the same time, after he ends up dying, he picks up a kill of his own. So overall, he's just fine with that, and now has the bounty on him. And oh, well,
Ooh, looks like we're in a pretty bad situation for Dyslexic. He was just trying to clear out ward with his, support buddy, and then suddenly, boom, Kilgar over the wall. Briticus using a head splash over the wall, which, by the way, he has head splash? But, oh yeah, not Kilgar, but Bark also in the area as well to pick up that kill. Man, what a surprise. You're just trying to clear out wards for your friend, and suddenly now you just gained up on. And the ward's still there, I think.
yeah, the ward stays, and obviously he just tried to do. Oh, Beakley has to be careful. He's almost dead. He's just wow.
He's just dead.
Yeah, level advantage. The level advantage helped out a whole bunch there, and you can see it's on both mid laners, supposed mid laners right now, and Angrid is in the wrong spot. Might end up dying actually.
Yeah, he did try to go for a counter jungler, but he doesn't necessarily have the prio for that. Ishan is coming over to help him, but in this time is taking a lot of damage here. Here comes Bark as well, so this is going to be a 2v3 fight since Pikley had it back earlier, or was respawning. And, okay, and it looks like everyone is going to come out alive, with Enchkis leaving relatively unscathed, just taking the free ground for himself. Unable to punish that.
Yeah, Business Time does end up losing the Fear Beyond Death, but if we do want to talk about it just a little bit, I mean, this just comes down to Business Time not really respecting the damage. If Ishan ends up throwing these, ends up throwing the Mega Inferno Bomb, that could potentially have been a kill there. Who knows?
Yeah, but here comes the dive into this. Let's take. I really like the Thresh pickup here, honestly. Just because it works so well at stopping a lot of this engages that Dyslec's trying. He's looking for a lot of them, but it's just being stopped at all turns by Poison, doing a really good job with that play.
Yeah, I mean, Poison doing an incredible job, and might end up.
Ooh, unable to pick up the kill here. Kilgar is looking to try to pick up the one for himself over on B-Pots. B-Pots is using the invisibility in order to try to get his best out of there. Dyslexic managed to dodge that hook this time here, so he's not going to be stuck under tower. But boy, the ADCs are looking very low here. Gotta be careful because Kilgar did opt in for the Sheen rather than the tier this early on. So this is he's going to be hurting with each one of these Qs.
Yeah, and one thing is that if the ultimates are out for the supports, that's probably easy kills. And Verticus is here. Does have to flash it.
Yeah, did have a flash.
So that's an easy kill.
Yeah, it's going to be a kill over forward. Briticus as well, just dashing over on the B-Pots and last auto attack finishing it off. Looks like Ishan's back in the mid lane, but he's going to regret that as well, as he is going to be falling over to Bark, who hits up yet another one thanks to his, what is it? It's not Scattered Weak, it's Unleashed Power. There it is.
Yes. The Unleashed Power does end up picking up. Good use of the Scattered the Weak there to really chain him up and then hit the Unleashed Power. So nice job on picking up the kill, and even has a Dark Seal now. So, you know, since you're 6-1 and 0, you might as well pick up Dark Seal. Make yourself a lot more powerful.
Honestly, if I was over at Mind Your Business, this is a pretty nice lead that we accumulated for ourselves here. About 1,600 gold in the lead. That's a BF sword plus a pair of boots. I just relate everything to how many BF swords I can really buy, and then boots to finish it off here. But yeah, that's BF sword plus boots worth of stats over for, distribute across 5 people. That's still a lead nonetheless. Coming out for Mind Your Business, working out pretty well for themselves, and I'm interested to see how they are really continue to bring out this lead here.
Yep. As someone in chat did say, the Bark Seal was actually bought, not the Dark Seal. My apologies. And Luden's Tempest is now fully out. So this is a much deadlier mid lane, and if Ishan gets hit even once by that Scattered a Weak, Unleashed Power immediately follows through, and you know it's just dead immediately. So Ishan has to be very respectful here.
Yeah, absolutely. he is playing one of those longer range champions in order to help dodge or collect farm from a distance, so you can do it pretty safely. But in any case, this mid lane is looking very deadly, while Beepots is taking, I would say, an unfavorable trade considering how much damage he took for those minions. And Verticus is looking to make an in-lane gank here, doing a little bit alcove gameplay, but Pele is just going to be backing up as well, not really going to be falling for anything just yet. I don't think he knows that Briticus is here. Briticus does get the stun over the wall. Oh, Piglet does flash as well, but the Urgra ult missing. Doesn't matter. He picks up the kill.
Yeah, the Fear Beyond Death does end up going wide. Dominus was kept as well, so Piglet does keep his ultimate, so he'll have that for whenever the next fight is. Go. Kill guard.
Great engage coming out for Dyslexic, using that Magnetic Storm on top of Poison. Ignite's ticking down onto him. One more tick. There he goes. Dyslexic picks up the kill over on the Poison. Here comes 2 TPs, one for business time, another one from either Piglet or Ishan. It looks like Piglet is here to really encourage a disengage and not go any further. So that is just going to be a one fight for a trade of TPs as well.
Yeah, great, as you said, great engage by Dyslexic there, and it looks like they are going for this die, but it's very iffy.
Yeah, possibly.
No,
Briticus
never
is
mind.
now here, but yeah, no further sorts of engage they can really use. Fear Beyond Death is not available to get a good slow off, and Briticus does not have his splash available to really just run at them. So Andreas is just going to be in the top lane farming up some of these turret plates. I would have liked him to hold it off a little bit longer, but using it now means that he doesn't have to worry about Bark Bark. He's using his TP.
I mean, you know, as you said, obviously, like, if you were able to hold on to it just a little longer, it would be pretty nice. But at the same time, Angerus gets the full gold value of just solo plating, and then gets another one. So, as Bark ends up TPing in, he's unable to really do anything about it just because it's already dead at that point, and he's only stopping, and Piglet
In
is
a
in trouble.
bad situation. He tried to dash, but thanks to his steadfast presence, he's not going to be able to. But he is able to get on out of there because the hook does not land onto Piglet.
Yeah, he is a very lucky Croc right now. He is not going to be feeling the wrath of what many Renekton players feel, which is gray screen, um, the gray screen beta testers for most of the time. Give me one sec. My headphones are actually like very close to dying.
All right.
Be just one sec.
Alright, so welcome to the Let's Go Dragon stream now. It's only me now. No co-casters allowed. It's going right into this game here. We're just seeing a little bit of farming dragon spawning up here in about 30 more seconds here. It's going to be the Ocean Drake, and then we'll be seeing if it's going to be a Mountain or Infernal Rift for the game here. Ocean Drake, if you don't know, gives you a little bit extra sustain. I believe it heals a little bit of your missing health every 5 seconds. So it's going to be nice for Seaflow to have, especially with such a poke-heavy comp. It would be nice to have that to really increase some of their lane sustain without necessarily needing to build any sort of healing into their kits as well. While it looks like an engage coming out from Briticus, he does get the dash into the wall onto this Dyslexic. Death Sense lands along with like kill goes down to Briticus as well. So Beepot's trying his best, did pop the final hour, but not able to do enough damage to really make anything happen. Red Turret is going to be destroyed top lane, and now we're just going to go ahead and move on to this Ocean Drake over for Mind Your Business, who's keeping up a pretty substantial lead. It did lower just a little bit from the last time I talked about it. It was a 1.6, but now it's only moved down to about 200 gold lead, thanks to some people just farming up really well here. And but we'll still have plenty of time in order to try to maybe make some of these trades better out. I would say if the Cosmic Flow wants to try and make their way into this game here right now is a pretty optimal choice, just because they are only in a 400 gold deficit. Stats are going to be pretty much similar, and a lot of this gold is focused up on Bark, who is a squishy mage. You can just get on top of him, get a stun, if you can get on top of him, I should say. Well, he only has one Skyer a week. If you can maybe stagger some of your engages, it could help out a ton in order to get on top of him and take down this 500 gold bounty. In the chat, What's Too Pretty corrected me, saying it's 2.5 HP for per 5 seconds. I believe that's right. I mean, I can honestly just check right now, and I think I heard a Sami say something, and yes, it is.
Yeah, as you said, they could potentially get the nice bounty on either the Poppy or onto Bark Bark. I was wanting to say earlier, like getting picked off there was very bad timing, and but luckily it's only that one dragon. It's not like it's soap or anything, and it is a fairly nice trade. You get the first tower. Obviously, you don't get the dragon, but you get the first tower. You get the dragon, or you don't get the dragon and don't get the herald. But overall, if the Ziggs can just have this kind of power of dominance with pushing out these towers, destroying them very quickly, thanks to the Scepter Charge, I think really they'll be okay. Um, Locking out Cinder though, that's a very hard thing to do since there's poison, since there's Brinicus. It's very tough.
Interesting.
But instead they're looking for business.
Yeah, they're looking for business time here. He does sustain himself against Piglaze far, but here comes Inidris. He does get the Moonfall over on top of him, doing quite a bit of damage, but Piglaze is going to be picking up the final kill there. Hook does not land, but the Heroic Charge does, and here comes the Magnetic Storm trying to get him off of Beatpots. Beatpots is burning, so he's trying to auto-attack and heal himself up. Does it live? He does live. The Rift Herald is going to get his charge mid lane as well, but here comes Ishan just going to go back to the fountain. Nothing to see here, folks.
Yeah, this is just the power of a Fed Syndra with Ludens, with 4 Darksteel now, and a 600 gold bounty. What I like to think is that they're actually just trying to get the Syndra so far ahead and then say, all right, now we're going to commit everything into stopping her because we don't have to worry about everyone else.
Yeah.
Minus Kilgar, potentially.
Potentially. I mean, he is an Ezreal who gets his power spikes around 2 to 3 items. He is an ADC, so 3 items is always nice, but as a non-crit ADC, 2 items is generally what he's looking for to really get a real good power spike. While Beatpots is opting in for that Kraken Slayer, he's going to start doing a lot of damage, but once he gets a little bit more attack speed, that's whenever we're going to be really seeing some of this come out for him.
Yeah, both ADCs have their mythic items, and both sides actually have, well, almost both sides have all of their mythics online. Obviously, Business Time does not have his quite yet. Looks like he's going to be going for the Stridebreaker instead of the Gore Drinker, which I like that. You go in, you slow them, so it really gives your team more time to poke him down, kill him. While on the other side, obviously you have the Renekton who's going in, and once he's in, he's kind of stuck in there. So it's for Renekton, you go all in, or you just don't go in at all.
Ah,
Good.
thank you. I tried to sneeze quietly, so it was a very weird sneeze, but I tried to sneeze quietly at the very least. So, and I did sneeze away from the mic into my elbow. COVID safe.
Sure.
But yeah, let's keeping going with this game here. Dragon's going to be up in 30 seconds. We didn't talk too much about it, but it is going to be an Infernal Rift here where you get extra AD and AP by a pretty good percentage per dragon you pick up here. So it's going to be pretty impactful for whichever team that does pick it up here. Maybe a little less so for like Beatpots, considering he's playing Vayne, but you're not going to complain about getting extra AD when you're playing an ADC in any case. So Dragons spawning up here. Bats are a little bit staggered out here, but here comes the TP coming out from Ziggs. He is going to be here a little preemptively, and Business Time is going to do just the same as well. So we might be seeing a 5v5 fight here, positioned a little bit advantaged over for Mind Your Business. They're looking for a pretty good here, but a good flank coming out of this led to the hidden Magnetic Storm. Bombs are dropping off all over. Keep your verdict. It's 3 away, so they're able to pick up 1. And right off the bat, Beatpots died in the middle of all that chaos. I didn't even see that one, but now we're seeing possibly another good engage. Here comes a Moonfall. Does pick up 2, I believe, right there. Or no, just 1 over on to the Thresh. And Ishan just trying his best to really keep out the rest of the enemy team from grabbing this Drake here. But the Kilgar is zoning out pretty well. He's looking to see if he can pick up 1 more person. Kilgar's on the run. He's chasing right there and picks him up with the Mystic Shot.
Yeah, I mean, first we just have to say that Brennigan's great job on stopping Dyslexic. He stopped that engage there, and before Angridus could go in and hit the Moonfall, uh, Brennigan ends up giving him the good old Keeper's Verdict and sends three of them away. And we see Beepots, he goes down immediately, and followed by that is Dyslexic. And at that point in time, they're just like, okay, we have to try and make something happen. And it's all because Bark's very low. They could get this shutdown going, and they're just that close away. But he flashes away from Peakley, who ends up using the good old Call the Meek. And since he's unable to finish him off with that, and the Moonfall just misses out, they're unable to pick up the bounty. And then two more fall, and I believe one did die. Uh, was it the Thresh ends up
Yes.
dying, I believe?
Yes.
So, they're able to pick up the Thresh, but other than that, like, that's kind of where they had to know, like, we can't really take this fight anymore. But instead, they did try to make something happen, which is nice to try and make it work. But, Mega Inferno Bomb was no longer there, and since Moonfall was already used, or since that was used and Moonfall wasn't, kind of left a lot of a dissatisfied taste in the mouth.
Very much so. But hopefully nothing too bad happens here. Pretty substantial lead for Mind Your Business right now. 2K about, it's really like 1.5, but in any case, 1.5K in the lead for gold is a measly large fraud and a rejuvenation bead and then 2 health potions if you want to put that down to exact numbers ish. And then 3 drakes over in their favor as well. So they're getting a little bit of a whole menagerie of these drakes, so the cloud, the ocean, and the infernal. But they're on a soul point here with no soul or drakes to the name of Cosmic Flow. So they're quite behind right now over for Cosmic Flow. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to find their way back into this, considering that there's not a lot of pivot points that you can look for in order to try to get back into this game here. But perhaps if they just have a good team fight or two, maybe focus up on the right priority targets, they can really make something happen here, especially with that 700 gold bounty over for over on Bark. I'm just gonna call you Bark. There's too many Barks. Speaking of which, here comes the Moonfall coming out of Bark. He is, or onto Bark. He is going to pop that Zonius, but here comes Verticus to try to save the day. Keeper's Verdict keeps him up in the air, but doesn't matter because Peakley is able to pick up the kill there, and the rest of the squad from Mind Your Business is here to, avenge their fallen foe. But still, we have Peakley picking up the 700 gold bounty plus 1,000 gold to his pocket.
Yeah, and they're able to actually lock him down, and good job by Bark to actually give a lot of time, and Business might be out of time here.
Yeah, he might be out of time depending
No,
on it.
no,
The
he'll be fine.
Condemn doesn't hit, but we are looking for a little bit more. Death
Oh,
Sentence lands. Dyslexic is able to get a good Magnetic Storm, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Poison is going to be able to ignite him down the rest of the way. Dyslexic is now on the run. Death Sentence lands on him once again, but we'll have to see if he's actually able to pick something up here. Ishan's here to support, but it doesn't matter because Kilgar's on the run. He's looking for blood. Here comes another Death Sentence. This is 3 in a row landed by Poison. He's doing a great job. And while Kilgar is going to pick up the last one thanks to Essence plus Mystic Shot.
yeah, and Business time, his time was out, but he gave enough time for the rest of his team to come around and pick up these kills, and because of that, they're able to just start up on this Baron here. Angridus could potentially try to steal away, but with Business back up, it's very dangerous to try and do it.
That bush, he is going to be trying his best to get a ray there. He's looking for any way he can get back in here, but ooh, the stun does land from the Scattered Weak, and Business time finishes up the kill as well. Looks like it's just going to be an easy Baron over for the side of Mind Your Business with a solid 4K gold lead in their pockets, 3 dragons under their name, and then a Baron buff to put to boot.
Yeah, this is starting to unravel fairly quickly for Cosmic Flow. You have a Ezreal who is Very fed. He has a. Is that
Uh,
Vortex Veil?
Is this a Frozen Heart he's building?
Is it? It is Frozen Heart.
Is that still in the game? I, I honestly
Wait,
haven't played with that item in forever.
wait.
We're trying to go
Uh,
get the dragon. Looks like
they get
Cosmic Flow
Dragon.
is able to get that, but they are looking for a fight here. Brindicus is charging up with the steadfast presence. Flash cover by Peakley, and Dislet's gonna have to do the same, but he is hit by the Fear Beyond Death. I'm surprised that they aren't able to finish that one off. But in any case, it looks like that is going to be. Oh no, not Fear Beyond Death. He got hit by the Q by. No, right? Right. God, yeah, Q by Urga. I thought he used the Fear Beyond Death because I saw that circle, but I guess that's not the indicator for it.
No, that was the corrosive charge
Yes.
there. So, uh, honestly, good response by a Cosmic Flood. They end up getting this Infernal Drake, not giving it over. They know, and Ezreal, who's fed with Infernal, so it's kind of just game at that point in time.
But they are able to at least take away that dragon. They're still looking
Oh,
for ways back into this game. Andreas is looking for this this time as well, doing a lot of damage with that Moonfall, but Beatpots is now on the run in order to try to get him. He's going to have to go into the bush because of the Condemn and able to pick up a nice, easy kill for them. Plus 300 gold to try to shorten up this lead, but still about 4.4 over in the favor of Mind Your Business. So it's still looking like a pretty hard game for Cosmic Flow to get into this, but I think maybe they'll pick it up around the late game point. But I feel like ooh, good Zonius by Bark not die from Ishan right there. But I feel like Mind Your Business also has a little bit of the better late game as well.
yeah, with an Ezreal who should have this Frozen Heart finally, and he does. It is very interesting to see it come up. I haven't seen an Ezreal run Frozen Heart in quite a while. It's usually, Ezreals go straight full on in, no concerns about the rest of the team. So seeing this back onto the Ezreal gives me good old feelings of the past.
Yeah, let's see, Zero Zen and Watu Britty does give a pretty good explanation about why building the Frozen Heart. The slight buff to base damage reduction it has for Frozen Heart because the new season I haven't played that at all, but yeah, it does reduce base damage amount, how much damage you're receiving, gives you a lot of armor, gives you a lot of mana to help out with that mana Mune, and honestly, it really protects you against this Peakley who wants to try to one-shot some of your ADCs, some of your squishier targets, but now you really, these squishier targets are kind of has some beef to them. They're going to be sustaining through a lot of this initial burst that Peakley is going to give. Beatpots, a damage not so much, but that's not really too much of a concern if you have Brindicus, Business Time, and just in general your team just able to really burst down some of these squishier targets anyways. So I like the move.
Yeah, I really do like it as well, especially because, if Vayne is getting attacked by him, the attack speed's now reduced, and then, obviously he's now tankier, which is just more annoying to try and deal with. So he just is like, look, I have a lead. I don't plan on surrendering it anytime soon, so I might as well just slow down this Vayne and keep myself more alive.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's working out really well. We're seeing the score line is 21-8, as you guys can see at the top of the screen here. So it's working out really well over for Sun and Mind Your Business. They're holding on to this lead very, very well, and I am, honestly, I'm with it with the Frozen Heart.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't seem like something you normally build, but in any case, Ishan just going to be deleted at the beginning of this fight thanks to the Scatter Weak plus the Unleashed Power. Beatpot's doing his best in order to try to do a bunch of damage. Good Metal Storm, but then immediately disengage. Andreas does get the Moonfall, but Zonius is going to be stopping and picking the kill for Bark. Here comes the Fear Beyond Death, getting 2 Fears off over on Beatpot's alongside of Andreas. Beatpot's still doing his best in order to try to do a lot of damage. He's doing quite a bit, but it's not going to be enough because his team's just burned down. There he goes. It looks like it's going to be an ace over for the side of Mind Your Business.
Yeah, and that should be the game. Well, actually, no. Ishan coming back up actually might be able to hold it here with the Mega Inferno Bomb, but the timers are so long onto the Diana, onto the Vayne, so he has to hold out for quite a bit. So, wonder if they'll try and push for it or not. I don't think they should. No, they instead just go for the second inhibitor tower and back away. But the one thing I do have to just point out once again, uh, obviously the Magnustorm came in, but everyone flashed out except for Bark Bark. So
Hmm.
everyone got away. Yeah, Bark Bark's just like, all right, I'll take the Moonfall, I'll take this Magnet Storm, I'll take you guys killing me as well. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna do anything because my team's here to back me up.
Speaking of back you up, there comes two TPs already out. Here comes yet another fight. They're trying to stop this dragon, but it's too late. Already taken up, and now we're starting up the fight here. Fear Beyond Death already pops off, and it's going over onto Ishan, and B-Pods is now the next target. There's no front line to stop him because Piglay's not here yet. He was taken away. Ishan's still on the run. He's trying his best to get out of here, but Kilgar's picks up the kill with the Arcane Shift. And I think this is going to be game here because I don't think Piglay has enough damage in order to really stop uh, this push here.
Yeah, this is the good old Sadcrack. He has the dominance, he has the flash, but he just could not do anything. He was unable to help out his team, and very unfortunate. Cosmic Flow. They did their best. They had a lot of times where they tried to do something, but
He is
unable
trying to do
to.
something. He did
No.
pop the on Dominus and stayed alive for quite a bit using that Gore Drinker plus Q, but not going to be enough here. Like we said, this is going to be end here. If yeah, you were saying, Sarah.
No worries. Cosmic Flow. They showed that they had a pretty nice moments where they would get a pick and then, all right, let's back away. But at the same time, they could not really finish up or clean up the small amount of leads that came from these early game, and that ends up being the end of this first game.
Yeah, that is going to be the end of game one there. Really well done to Mind Your Business for winning that one. This is a reminder that it is going to be a best of 5 series, so 1 out of 5 games completed, or I guess maximum of 5 games, minimum of 3. So congratulations to that, and we're going to be right back. I'm just going to get ready for our next game here, load on in, and yeah. So without further ado, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hey, what's up, guys? We're back. We just saw Mind Your Business do a great job with game one, really knocking it out of the park there with that first game, and picking out the win here. Looks like Sleep Flow for this time around. They're going to be picking up the Ezreal first, and not letting Mind Your Business have that one.
No, once again, Edreal, the main prio pick here, and banned are almost the same. They ended up banning away the Poppy. Don't want to deal with the Puppy jungle once again.
So
So
now that's 3 bans away for jungle, and then all those bans for Ishan and P Clay in the top and mid. But Aphelios is going to be hovered here for Mind Your Business. It's going to be pretty interesting. I'm not sure how the Ezreal versus Aphelios matchup goes here. But Aphelios, I feel like maybe has a little bit more of that team fighting potential that Ezreal a little bit lacks. But Ezreal is still by far the safer pick, I'd say. I'm still interested to see how this would develop here. If they do
Yeah,
commit with
honestly,
that, and they do.
mhm, it is going to be the Aphelios Diana. And again, Diana seems to be one of the main priority picks. And while, as you said, Aphelios being the pick here, it's a very interesting pick, but Aphelios, he does have that damage outburst,
Yeah.
or damage output, I should say, and obviously his ultimate was Infernum or Chakram. It's so deadly, so he can take towers incredibly fast. He can do a lot of damage in a very short
Yeah.
amount of time. Uh, as someone in chat did point out, it is the Moonlight synergy, and on the other side, there is going to be the lockdown from Leona and the execution of the ultimate from the Graves.
Yeah. And as Agent A2, yeah, we have Moonlight Synergy. We almost have Moonlight Synergy. We need one more in order to get the 3, and then we can move up to 5, I believe it was, for the synergy. You need Silas and then one more. But in any case here, we're going to be locking into Leona for the bot lane. Pretty aggressive one. And Graves probably for the jungle, and then Urgot once again for the top lane for Mind Your Business.
Very interesting that they have gone back to the Urgot. Um, Urgot, I guess he's a pretty nice pick. We have seen some pro players, they do still take Urgot to this day, and he's always been a top laner that is a tank and a scary one at that, since he can just execute very quickly. There's a dog that agrees with me,
Yeah, I'll be right
and
back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna mute my mic.
no worries. Alrighty. But no, the Urgot always an interesting pick to see. I wonder what the pick will be for him as we see the next round of bans come in. Gwen and Ornn seem to be the next two, banning away the top laners' choices for Cosmic Flow, while on their side they have banned away the Thresh. Don't want to deal with someone who can obviously hook and just keep you closer to tower. And Cassiopeia is a pretty nice ban overall, but that is probably the fastest lock-in of a Galio I have seen in a very long time. Potentially could be the Galio mid or the Galio support. Victor now being the hover. Gives me some time to actually talk about the Galio. Obviously, you can no longer do the flash taunt, so we don't see him a whole bunch now.
Yep.
And I do have my caster right back, so welcome him back. And the Mundo, that's a interesting one. Dr. Mundo will be seeing the rift, and a lot of people probably will agree with me when I say this. He's not he's not the scariest champion to go against, like, ever right now.
No, when you get to a late game, he just goes where he pleases. It's fine.
He just strolls along.
Yeah, he goes wherever he wants, and it looks like this is going to be the final bit of final pick for Mind Your Business. This is what we're going to see redeem comps, and I believe the teams are going to be getting into draft here soon. But yeah, let's go and talk about it a little bit here. Seeing the Galio probably. Oh wait, no, I don't know where anyone's going. Galio in the support row. There we go. Galio in the
Yeah.
support row. Urgot in the top lane. Kazan in the mid lane. Diana in the jungle. Don't worry, guys. I figured it out.
Yeah, and Kassadin, probably with Kassadin being locked in immediately makes this the opposite of an LCS draft. Other than that, actually, no, this is pretty equivalent to an LCS draft. And the only strange one is the Galio. Obviously, there are people talking in the chat about how the flash taunt being removed, which I agree. It was probably one of the strangest things to see, just because obviously Galio support, it was strong, but it's not like it was one of the main priority picks. It was more like, all right, if you have the right comp to go it. And now, since it's been removed, you rarely see Galio's picked, and now it's just more of a keeping people safe and being able to, obviously come in with a superhero landing to really help out with fights. And seems like my caster friend is currently away. So since he is, go ahead, just look at the overall drafting. Um, Overall, if I'm looking at it, I think the power from Cosmic Flow come the later stages is one to be very wary of. Obviously, you have the Victor. He's going to be incredibly. But yeah, it was broken guaranteed engage, but that's what made it so respectful. You have to just know when you can kind of walk up. If as long as you could bait it out, it was fine. But going back to the other one. Overall, Cosmic Flow, pretty good damage from the later stages of the game. While on the other side of Mind Your Business, they have a lot of potential to really come in and just, be ready. They could just be 100% ready for any kind of engage. So, both sides looking pretty scary in any stage of the game. But I think in the early stages, probably goes over to Cosmic Flow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the boat that I agree with the taking away Flash W as an engage for or W Flash, whichever one you want to do. Um, I'm in the boat in green that taken away just because it was it was pretty consistent for an engage for how long you could really get it on, because you could still do the combo now, but the longer you hold down that W, the longer the taunt was. So it was a pretty impactful sort of a thing you have, because I think I want to say it was like 1.5 seconds, maybe even 2 seconds long for a taunt, and for how strong that was, just holding W, walk at them. If they don't want to run away with you, you just flash onto them. It's a lot of damage that could be popped off on you, and not necessarily something you wanted to do, because then otherwise you could just if you see them preemptively flash, you're just like, alright, I got a flash for free for my W. So I'm in the boat of agreeing that, the taking away that mechanic, although it was a pretty good mechanic that made Galio really strong, I'm in the boat that, it was one of the things they did need to get rid of because of how strong it was.
Like, obviously, I played Galio a lot when he was able to do that flash dub, and maybe it's just me being like, I hated it because that was one of the main things I love to do. Like, it was so fun, but at the same time, I guess I could see why obviously I could see why its removal was quite necessary. But at the same time, it's like, you hurt him here, but he's still going to be very intimidating, as he is that tank, he is that engage, he is a very good pick still, nonetheless. Hey, look, I'm just biased toward the Galio, okay? I'm not biased towards anything else. I love playing Galio.
No, I'm agreeing with what's too pretty. You're shaking my head. I don't like you playing Galio mid. Jeez, it's just like whenever you're playing Nautilus mid that phase. God, I can't believe I'm friends with you in real life. Please lose my number.
It wasn't just the Nautilus either. It was just tank, like that tank mid meta where
I hated
you
it.
can just go any tank mid,
I just
and
play
it worked out
Zeref.
so well.
Oh God, I'm just. All right, and then in the classic Galio abuse, honestly. But yeah, I just want to play my mages mid lane, man. Come on, man. I just want to play mages. Play my Zeref. He just got a new skin. He's an e-boy now.
He's an E-boy now, but then you have to worry about an Irelia still. But
Ah,
you've always been away Irelia, so
of course,
it looks
I
like
hate her.
now imagine this, okay? Imagine if in one of these games we end up getting a Xerath support or a Xerath mid. I'm just saying.
And then they play the Irelia mid. It's going to be a Zeref over on Mind Your Business, and then they're accidentally going to leave the Irelia up for Ishan, and then we're going to see why I have nightmares.
I mean, that really always a threat. Obviously, especially now into the later stages where it's just incredibly strong. I really has, from what I've seen, hasn't had the best of luck with the pro play currently. Of course, I haven't seen every single region. I've only been watching from the LCK since I go to sleep during the day, and this
Yeah.
is now
Low key, he's actually
always
an owl,
interesting.
guys. He's actually an owl. No, no
Hoot
one knows
hoot.
this. Yes.
But no, enough of the hooting around. Uh, Obviously, for Bark Bark, he's gonna be having a, well, I guess a fun time dealing with the Victor. Ishan should have a lot of the priority coming into the early to mid stages of it all, and obviously with the other end of the spectrum, Mundo or Piclay having to deal with business times Urgot once more. It's a very interesting thing. You have one lane that's winning all the time in the Victor, and one lane that's just moseying on around, hopefully carrying a suitcase.
Money Man Mundo, my favorite skin by far, the Money Man
Oh,
Mundo.
absolutely.
Even before
Yes.
the rework, I was a fan of the Money Man Mundo making money moves. He was very cash money, but yeah, the Mundo rework. I gotta say, I don't know if I told anyone else this, but I'm a fan of the Mundo rework. He feels very much like old Mundo, but with updated kit. Has some extra stuff that's pretty cool, and yeah, and you even deal with Mundo how you did beforehand. You just kite away from him. As long as you just
Mhm.
kite away from him, his R, like my favorite part that really nails it down, they turned his R, like you used R at the same time as you did previously. You would use it whenever you go low health. Previously, you did it because it took 25% of your HP, or 25% of your current HP. So you want to do it when you had low health, so then it didn't hurt as much. But now, it heals you when you activate your ult at a low health. Based on your missing health. So the lower health you get, the more healing you do. So it's instead of turning into a punishment, it's a reward for doing the same exact thing, and I love that. It's a good example of a good rework, uh, as opposed to the when they removed the champion and gave another one its name. Good old Aatrox.
Aatrox and Aatrox, obviously two different champions, and we're going to be not seeing the Aatrox out here, but instead you're going to be seeing the Doctor take its rightful place out onto the Rift and on the side of Cosmic Flow. Obviously, Peakley will be manning the Mundo, and Androdis will be playing Graves in the jungle, Ishan as the Victor in the mid lane, and Beepot and Dyslexic as the Ezreal Leona bot lane.
Yeah. Oh, man. And over on to the red side. Sorry about that earlier for the directed camp, but we have business. Well, I guess I should introduce the team here. We have good old fashioned mind your business over on the red side. Business time in the top lane playing that Urgot Briticus. Now playing the Diana in the jungle. Bark 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 in the mid lane playing the Cassidy. And then to round out our comp, we got Kilgar and Poison playing the Philios and Galio. Just a
Yep.
little bit of
And
trench warfare for both sides. Not really going in too far on other side, but maybe we'll see something. Wonder if Andrew just took his E first, or maybe he's just going to man mode it and just flash over the wall. It's like, I'm going in.
Nobody.
Nah, it's E. Dang. God, no man mode here.
And what? Why is there no Chad move? Uh-oh.
Oh, oh.
Ooh.
All right, nothing happened. It's fine.
Okay. That was that was so dangerous for a second. I didn't think he was gonna put the ward down. I thought he was just gonna blind check it. Thank goodness that did not happen.
Thank goodness indeed. But now we have a lot of vision over on that top side of the map. Over for the side of Seaflow, that's going to be pretty helpful in order to prevent some ganks coming in top lane, because you want to make sure that you see that happening here. So nicely done for Seaflow. They didn't come out empty-handed at the very least, but both junglers did not opt in to try to place down a ward and go get that sweeper on their back. So a little unfortunate on that end as well, but in any case, it will be just fine.
And immediately you see that Andreas just straight up says, "Look, I'm just gonna go ahead take this red since she didn't come over here afterward." And I guess it's just gonna be some vertical jungling. They should know that with Graves being in the top side means that it's a free bot side jungle. And we do see Brennicus making his way over now.
Yeah, Redicus is going to be making his way over, as he should, to the blue side red buff, seeing that his is already being taken. He's like, all right, I'm just going to clear on my side, and I'm going to go over to your side, and then we're just going to be hanging around our respective lanes, with Andreas playing towards the top side. He is near that mid lane as well, so maybe if he feels up to it, he could probably go for a mid lane gank as well, but he's not going to be necessarily going for that. He is instead just going to be finishing up those Krugs and then maybe looking for something at business time. But the wave's not really pushing towards that either.
Yeah, it's not pushing towards them exactly, but you see both sides that of where the jungler is, they're heavily pushed in. Uh, business
Like going
time.
for an engage, business time is doing a lot of damage over to Pikley. Pikley is a very hurt man. But we do have his jungler in the area, so business time does feeling a little big for his britches. We're going to be seeing a gank coming out in as a response, but nope, just going to be staying safe for both sides and then grabbing the scuttles.
Yeah, and instead of going for the red buff, we do see Brandicus left it alone just for a little bit longer, but there is a ward on it. The ward will not be expiring for quite some time, so they will see that Brandicus has invaded successfully and taken this red buff finally after some small time.
Yeah. After some time, indeed, we'll be possibly seeing something like that
Oh,
happen. Oh, but we've seen this Let's Take does go in for trying to stop this sort of counter jungling here. We are looking for rotates, but they're taking a little bit of time. TP coming out from Peakley, or Ishant. No, it's Peakley. He does force out a couple flashes, and you know what? He's going to flash himself. He thought it was fun, so he's going to go over as well. And because of that, it is looking for another disengage. Zenith Blade does land over onto Killguard, does force out yet another flash coming out. And that is a lot of flashes burned. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flashes burned.
yeah, it is. I guess it's just Flash Central up in here. Picle obviously was like, all right, we're 100% going for this, right, guys? And the rest of the team just kind of looked at him like, no, we don't. So he had to end up running back to his team. Obviously, a lot of flashes bursted.
Ooh, Zenith Blade still lands over on the Killguard. He gotta stop eating these because Killguard's getting pretty low, but it doesn't matter because this lets it's able to pick up the, or is going to fall to Killguard, but Bpops is going to pick up the kill in return as well. You're looking for a couple more hits over onto Poison here. Andreas is over in the area, but we're just going to Justice Punch our way out of here. Bpops don't think he's going to be able to get one more hit off, but the ward is going to be spawning out. Andrigus here, so no kill. Oh, flashing over. Okay, he is a man. He's man moding it. Okay, let's see it. All right, and we're going back, and we're going in, and it's over. There we go. Poison's down.
You know, Poison's just like, you invested the flash, you did the Chad move. Sure, go ahead, take the kill. So, just some nice handshaking from the jungler and the support from the teams. But overall,
Honestly, was not expecting Poison to go back in. He saw the flash move, and then suddenly was like, you know what? I can do that too. He was like, you know, I can go in. I feel it.
I have a Justice Punch. It's not a flash, but I have a Justice Punch.
Yeah. So, a little bit of a questionable move at the very least, just because now we've made the score 2-1. No longer a 1-for-1 trade, but yeah, giving a lot of prio over for the side of Seaflow here. Able to take up that first dragon. It's going to be Inferno Netwin's Mountain, so that means it's either going to be the Cloud or the Ocean. You know, honestly, I'm going to stop trying to guess these because I actually had to track record of about 25% in a previous split in the fall of last year, so very unfortunate. But in any case,
The not the best record to have, to be
Yeah, and
quite
for a
honest with you.
50-50 chance, I had 25%, so
I mean, take
don't
25 over like a 13% chance or something like that, right?
I suppose, but
I mean,
with the odds, it should at least be 50, right? I mean, I'm not going to a casino anytime soon, I gotta say. But in any case, we'll just go back into the game here. We see Brennick over in or over in that area. Pings are pointing out that they know that they're there, so Ishan's not going to be pushing up too far forward here. It's going to be something to note that Bark is level 6 now as well, so he's going to be a little bit more
um,
aggressive coming in. But speaking of aggressive, this Let's is going to jump right over on a Kilgar. Kilgar's taking a lot of damage. He has the Candy Cane combo, but not going to be doing a lot, just going to be hurting, I should say.
yeah, you can see Kilgar, he really wants to get his CS, and every time he just walks up for that small amount, he just gets bursted down so quickly thanks to this Leona, thanks to this Ezreal, and Poison is just having to walk back, try and tank up, and we got a disconnection. So,
Well,
uh,
unfortunate.
yeah, small
So,
timeout. We got a small timeout.
all right. A little
Uh,
bit of a timeout here. So let's talk about game states right now. So for Andricus, he still hasn't taken his first back here, so he still has quite a bit of a gold underneath his belt. Kilgard not exactly having the best of time here. Wow, Andricus has a lot of gold under his belt. He's farming up. He still has the farm. He's still doing better on farm and kill participation. He has like one extra camp over Bredicus, but he hasn't batted yet. So once he does get back, hopefully he'll be taking some of his camps a little bit faster and then pull a more significant lead on himself.
yeah, I just said no. He hasn't backed yet. He's obviously just waiting. I think he's just at this point like, look, I can buy the full-on shoes and get my movie kind of started or something
Yeah,
like that.
he's like
And
2K, so like depending on what he wants to buy, let's see. We could
yep,
buy like full boots plus like he has 900 gold left. That's like two swords. That's 700 gold. That's 200 gold left. If you have more gold, you can upgrade your refillable pot into a corrupting pot if he wants to, I guess. There you go. That's how you can use your whole buy there. But eventually he should be looking to get back here. He does have a lot of pocket in his, or money in his pocket, not a pocket in his money, but he does have a lot of money in his pocket. Kilgar's still disconnecting. He's still not sure whether or not he wants to play this game yet, but it's just fine. A little internet issues. Uh, but yeah, once he gets his back off, he wants to. It's going to be a nice power spike, but until then, he does want to try to back sooner or later, just so he can actually get some of this use out of some of this gold, not just have a big number.
yeah, he's just waving around his wallet everywhere he goes currently.
Mm-hmm.
But we can actually take some time to look at the amount of gold on the teams here. Obviously, we see that overall, there's only a 200 gold lead, but at the same
Yeah,
time, when you're looking at the state of the sides, obviously Ezreal, he's 100% fine. He'll always be fine. Kilgar has to actually respect it, even though he got the first blood. It's mainly because Poison ended up being able to save him there. So, obviously, good fellow support Galio. But at the same time, Beepot was left alone. He was able to do so much damage. So, if Beepot can get more ahead and get some more kills, it's just going to make this bot lane even more of a living hell for Kilgar. And he's already experienced it by being pushed out so hard.
yeah, and some more waiting time in the chat. Let me just turn back on the music at the very least. So, whoops, I gotta alt tab real quick. There we go. There we go. Get some nice chill vibes. Talk about our day. Uh, and yeah. Just looking at this, I don't know really how much more I can really talk about in this pause. It's been about three and a half minutes now. So far, we've been in this pause. Hopefully, it keeps on going. Hopefully, it ends soon. Not keep on going. Please don't keep on going. Please, Kilgar. I beg of you. Uh, welcome to the podcast. Now we're just gonna be staring at this nice yellow screen, a little bit of a loading bar. Any good movies recently? I mean, have anyone seen Loki or The Winter Soldier? Those aren't movies; those are shorts, or shows from
Like,
Marvel, but they seem interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what about Space Jam 2? I mean, have you seen it?
Oh, absolutely
Pretty.
not.
It's actually pretty entertaining. Well, I found it entertaining, but I'm also a little kid on the inside. If you guys aren't, then I have no respect for you.
I see. I see. Okay. All right. And then let's see other movies that are out there. I saw Mitchell's versus Machines that was out on Disney Plus because I don't know. 'Cause, or was it Disney Plus or was it Netflix? I don't know. I watched it. It was pretty good. Pretty good movie too. If you liked one of those sappier kind of movies, family, felt like it was really well done. Animation looked cool. Let's see. And then Patch saying that he heard Space Jam 2 was straight dog water. I don't know. Maybe. Possibly.
Well,
Haven't seen
so
it.
the main thing with this is that I think it's just because it is like basically Space Jam, like the original Space Jam, just was a more Dom Toretto kind of feeling into it. Who's the
Uh,
DC? It is Kilgar. He is dealing with some internet issues. He has reconnected, so we
please.
could be getting in very soon. Yeah, Kilgar on the
Please.
affiliates. But at the same time, as we were saying, like Space Jam 2, just having some small, I say small, it's some issues with it. But then I think it's just because it's basically Space Jam 1, but more family, more like you gotta win this basketball game to get your son back, and that's kind of
Uh,
like gross.
family.
Yeah, family
Yeah, yeah. After watching
and
that game with MG Domed.
MG domed. I mean, if it's not about family, it's not about anything.
Yeah. So, let's see. And then Zero Zen in the chat saying, he was like, oh yeah, B-Pot's put 40k of his Get Ret tokens on his team because he knew that he was going to DDoS the enemy ADC. Well, can you please stop it? Because I'm just waiting at this point, sitting at the screen here. Let's
We're
see.
literally talking about movies. Come on now, B-Pots. Come on. It's been long enough trolling. Stop trolling Kilgar.
Yeah. No, let's see. Oh, it's about to unpause Hog. All right, thank you, B-Pots. I appreciate it very much so. Um,
Wait.
and then Hamsuki saying watch Pig. Okay, all right, maybe.
Okay. I
I
think
haven't seen movies at all. Period in like a while. Other than
yeah.
other than that Mitchell's versus Machines, just because it was on Netflix and my sister wanted to watch a movie, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? See how good of a champion Zyra is. Well, if you play Zyra bot lane, I hate you. No, nothing personal. It's
Absolutely.
just I just hate you, and I'll play misfortune into you. That's it. Period. Because it was not a fun time because I was playing ADC around that time. I was feeling a couple of ADCs around that time. I was like, oh yeah, I want to play Ezreal a little bit. But yeah, let's see the Radiant Barrier over on the Victor. Those the item that builds into the Banshee's Veil gives them a little extra magic. I like the change that they do with it because it's similar to the Seeker's
Oh,
arm guard. On pause now, cool, but we're going to probably see the
wait.
spectator bug where it's going to pause for a couple more seconds because it didn't do the countdown, or at least I didn't check. At the very least, it's still going now, so I'm just hoping for my best. Yeah, I like the change to the item, but it is a very defensive pick. Oh, B-Pod's just, alright, that's why he was DDoSing. We saw it happen here, folks. And here's the pause, like I was talking about, spectator bug. But yeah, B-Pots stopped DDoSing him just so we can get that, and now we're back to a pause. Alright, there it is, we're back into it.
Yeah, and Business Time now has to back away from the window who has popped his ultimate, so he's not gonna have the maximum dosage available. But I don't think he'll need it to kill Business Time here. Really, if they just go ahead and say we can tower dive Business, they could kill him. But doesn't look like they'll do it. Unfortunate.
Doesn't look like it just yet. Bruticus really just punishing that disrespect back that it's trying to do. And then Bart hitting that level 6 means that he is going to be a little bit more aggressive with his trading here because he can jump right in now. But oh yeah, I gotta turn off this music. I'll be right back. There
So
we go. Shout out to
Oh,
Riot Games Music, by the way, for releasing free music to use on streams. Great, I love it. Uh, I love lo-fi beats. But you were saying?
I was just going to say, was wanted to just say like, um, Kilgar, he emoted right before he died with the fizz shrugging, and that could not have been any more perfectly timed. Just like, hey, I disconnect, and then I die. Oh well, it happens.
Yeah, obviously it was because Beatpots were stream sniping the entire time so he can calculate where Kilgar was going to be after they unpaused from that 3 minute, or I guess it was like a 6 minute pause. So technically he could have. I doubt he actually would. Just because it took a little bit extra time before he actually did commit the ulti there. But in any case, just going to be seeing this Letic now roaming his way around the map, over on Ishan. He wants to get cannon minions all over the place, help push out this lane. No objectives on the timers just yet, other than the Drake spawning up here in about 1 more minute, and hopefully we'll be able to get enough prio from both lanes, or from one side with both lanes, in order to try to push for that.
And obviously, it's not just responding to our good old
It's your
buddy
turn.
Mord
Yeah.
in the chat. It's not because of that. Obviously,
Yeah.
we just like to have some fun with it.
Yeah, I'm
But
not gonna pull a rule book and being like it's possible. No, I
uh,
mean,
uh,
oh,
well,
a lot of damage coming out. Use the Chaos Turbo for the Bark, having to use his flash, but I don't think it's gonna kill him. Bark should be backing relatively soon. He's gonna walk his self back. Doesn't really want to worry about that.
yep. This
Oh,
is a scary
yeah,
trade.
engage coming out. Zenithblade did land on Kilgar as well as everything else, but Poison is stopping the engage pretty well. Brindicus on the Diana is looking for it, continuing on with this. Zeletic does land a stun here. Here comes the TP. Brindicus does take a kill thanks to that crescent-shaped ability. I forgot what it's called. Piklay does miss the Q, but simultaneously flashes along with Kilgar. But now we're looking over at Brindicus, who tried to alcove game himself a little bit, but unfortunately it's not going to help him out too much here. Billy Potts picking up yet another kill. And that is going to be... Oh, no, that was just a 1-for-1 trade, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the 1-for-1 trade. They took out the support, but at the meantime, they also ended up taking out the jungler for the side of Mind Your Business. And it's a game that looked like it could have worked, and then it just did not. Moonfall came out right after Beepos ended up flashing away, so there is no Moonfall at all, and then they're having to chase down. They invest so much just to kill the support and not the ADC, so after they take them out, they're able to just come back and punish them even more there. And now they take the dragon, they are able to take out the jungler, and it's going to be the Immortal Shield Bow now, fully built on the first back from Angradus, or Androgynous, that is what I'm going to say.
On the Graves. Correct, yeah. Interesting pickup here. I like it. It's defensive, gives you health, gives you AD, gives you some crit so you can shoot 6 bullets instead of just 4 out of your shotgun. I don't even know how it works because it looks like a double barrel, but it's definitely not shooting just 2 shots. I guess it is kind of shooting 2 shots, so you have 2 bullets. But in any case, Piklay now looking in a pretty dire situation. Brindicus is here. He has the Moonfall. He does use it here. Second part does land over Piklay, but he's not taking too much damage here. He's kind of stuck in the alcove, kind of found himself in a bad situation. But here comes his jungler out for revenge. Here comes Brindicus, is falling inward to the gray screen, and now business time under the tower. Oh, one more out. There it is, and just able to get it off, even though he hit the tower, thanks to some of those bullets being in a wide spread. One of them at least hit and finished up business time. So that was a good turn coming out and a good rotation for Brindicus. Or not Brindicus, Andricus. Androgynous. Graves.
Yeah, the Graves. Honestly, Piklay did so well to just try and stall for as much time as he possibly could there. And, it was...
Okay, he's fine.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. Fear Beyond Death misses by a mile and a half. So, once that misses, Piklay just knows he just has to wait out for it.
Tower dive from him. Good shield from the Immortal Shield Bow, so he's going to be able to live through that as well. pinging for some
Yeah.
help because he thinks jungler might be in the area, or at least getting some prio for himself. Jungler's fine. This time's over in the top lane. I feel like he'll be just fine, while over Peakley is going to be taking that tower as well. So this is a 2-tower advantage, 2 dragon advantage, and 4k gold in the lead, while we're
Oh
looking
no.
for yet another kill. Go over on to Business Time. Business Time found himself between a Mundo and a Graves, because I still can't say your name. And they're going to be running him down through the lane, getting pretty low actually, but Peakley picking up the kill for himself there. Briticus finding out his jungle is not his own, because now this is his second buff that's also being stolen within the like last 30 seconds.
Yeah, and this is not looking good. This is not looking very hot currently. And
This isn't your jungle. I know you just fought Briticus for that blue buff and you didn't get it, but this is still not your jungle. You need a little bit more team. Alright, Dyslexics down. Moonfall down. We didn't see that happen. But this looks like they could be making a comeback for, you know, if Dyslexic keeps doing, you know, deep warding sort of like that, this could be a way for Mind Your Business to get back into the game here.
yeah, I mean, we saw Dyslexic. He in the last game, he ended up doing that. He was punished for it, and again, it happens almost like it's a pattern for him. Like, if you don't have someone backing you up there, it's very scary to go, and Barkborg might just be dead here.
Possibly,
Oh,
but
no.
it's looking at like a good turn. Briticus is in the area as well. He gets one dash off. Ooh, maybe they can take down Brick or Bark. He's getting real low. Dyslexic, you want it? Use. All right, get the ignite off. Let's go.
Let's go.
Sorry for
Full
cheering about that, but
mentality.
good job. Yeah, the you know, I'm just excited because now his gold is reset. So now if he goes for more deep wards, mind your business is going to be able to get more gold. Obviously, yeah. But he is able to pick up that kill with a flash ignite over onto the Kassadin. Maybe a Zenith Blade would have been just good enough as well, but Bart didn't want to risk it as well. Doesn't matter. Intrigus over into the enemy jungle, but you know, he's feeling it a little bit more like his jungle, but maybe with the amount of people, he doesn't feel like it's his jungle anymore. Kilgar does have the Calibrum, Chakram, Bark just diving on over, picks up one kill, picks up another kill for Kilgar. Here comes the move ball, picks up yet another kill. Wow, this is going really badly for Seaflow right here, because we're seeing yet another pick off from Ishan because he's so far away. But Peakley, he's having a good time. Well, maybe he's not having a good time anymore.
Nope.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, Mundo, your team's dead. little fact, your team ended up dying while you strolled all over the support there. But because of that, MYB find themselves right back into this game, and they find themselves the Ocean Drake, the first of many. And just like that, Kassadin, Diana, and Urgot are starting to look, or are going to slowly be starting to look like very heavy threats.
Yeah, I mean, once we hit that level 16 cast, and like the chat's been talking about, it's going to become a castle win or mind your business here. It's a timer that they kind of have to fight against. It's not necessarily like as threatening as they say like a KO late game, but still very threatening sort of champion to fight against. So it's a little bit of a timer that Cosmic Flow has to fight against. But Business Time, you're going to have to be careful too, because the oh man, what is it? Man, I'm forgetting all these abilities. I'm getting out of practice. I got to start playing League of Legends again. But the Leonoti is going to be hitting on Business Time, but he's able to get out of there anyways.
Yes, the solar flare did connect,
There
but he
it
was able to
is.
get his dash off just in time. So he was just fine. And there's another pause.
No.
You have got to be.
Alright, B pods. Seriously, you gotta stop DDoSing, okay? I know it's fun, but alright, I don't even know it's fun. But can you please, por favor, for me at least, you know, come on. Podcast round 2. Here comes back the music. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay, we're
Music
good.
gone.
We're good.
Podcast 2 ended after it just got canceled. Now Ishan is fighting Bark here. He's looking pretty desperate right here, because I don't think he's going to be living through it. Yep, Bark level 12 now at that rank 2 ulti, so Ishan
Uh-oh.
unfortunately going to go down. Well, Kilgar is going to be engaged on, but he was just baiting the whole time for Briticus to come out from the bush. And now we're at the spectator delay
Are,
pause glitch thing. But all right, what do you guys think is going? Will this let it kill Kilgar? All right, he did. All right,
yeah.
cool. And also a random a random business time Fear Beyond Death came out of nowhere as well. But you know, it's fine because now comes peak life. He's gonna be yeah, he's gonna be pretty much just fine. He does pop the ulti very early into that. Remember, you do get rewarded for popping ulti later into it, because it heals you like right when you hit that button. It heals you based on percent missing health. So it's pretty nice.
Yeah, and we do see Castle win just doing some split pushing to try and get himself some more CS, get himself more to this later stage of the game where we do see the Castellan's output potential really be maximized. But thanks to Ishan now being back up and alive, he's going to be able to stop that from happening anymore. But let's talk about that fight that did take place. They engaged straight on the kill guard, and it looked like it was just gonna be the easiest kill in the world. But Brinicus, the moonfall damage and the ultimate of the Moonlight Vigil coming out was just so much. And before Beepots could even take him out, he falls himself.
Absolutely. So pretty unfortunate that Beepots himself couldn't take up the kill on the Kilgar. We had another one for this. Let's say pick up his second kill of the game here. But still, pretty unfortunate that he couldn't do that. And Ishan, you gotta be careful here. That Kassadin is very scary. Look, he's running at you. He hurts. I mean, he took down your whole shield, and now he's doing it again. He's coming at you. All right. But has to be careful here. His jungle is in the area, so maybe not too careful. Maybe he's going to try to look for a bait, while everyone else on the other side of the map is going to be positioned around this Baron. I don't think we want to do Baron this early, but possibly Barfark now looking to punish a little bit, but Ishan popping his ulti Chaos Storm, going to push him away.
I mean, but you're trying to get onto a Cassadin who has to Rift Walk, a level 2 Rift Walk now, so he's just fine. He can just jump away, and he's just like, oh, why is there a Grace down here? What's going on?
But now, Dragon spawning up here in about one more minute here. It's going to be the second Ocean Drake of this game, so we'll have to see if it's going to be the one that puts Cosmic Flow onto Soul Point, or if this is actually the Mind Your Business comeback story that chat was talking about. Because, you know, honestly, they do have a really good late game team with the Castlewin and Kilgar playing that Aphelios once they do get up to speed. But we'll just have to see how it turns out here. Back timers are a little bit off here. They're not going to be at site as soon as they would like to be for the Dragon. So they're going to be missing out on a couple wards. So Celestic actually canceled his back, which is good because now he's actually going to be at the Dragon fight sooner, but he doesn't get to place down any further wards.
Yeah, and you can see he's just chilling up there at that bush. He's waiting. So they finally know there is going to be a fight without the top laners here. And
Here
well,
comes Solar Flare. It does miss. Here comes the Moonfall. It does land on the one. Beepot's already killed out Kilgar here, but it's a little bit of a disjointed fight. Here comes the hero's entrance, and it's fine because Poison is now going to be caught out in the middle of this business time. Apparently, I think he was doing the Dragon instead of helping out his team. I don't know. It's at health at the very least, and he was in the Dragon pit, finishing off something or one another. Brinicus. I thought it was going good for Mind Your Business, but I thought Brinicus getting a huge moonfall, but I guess not.
no, immediately Kilgar just like evaporated. He didn't even get the Moonlight Vigil out, and Mundo and Urgot end up teleporting in. But by the time they teleport in, the fight's basically over. So by the time TP's in, and he's just like, oh, wrong one, my bad. I thought this was the third dragon, not fourth. So he has to leave.
In any case, it is going to be a pretty one-fought for Cosmic Flow, pushing up their lead to about 5k, 6k now, in their favor because they were able to take down some towers alongside of that and putting themselves onto Soul Points, which is going to give up the Ocean. If Cosmic Flow takes it, it's going to be able to give them Ocean Soul, which gives you healing every time you do damage based on your AD, AP, and bonus health. And you get reduced healing if you hit like monsters or minions.
That is very much true. And for I don't know, for some reason I'm still thinking about that fight. I mean, they went on to Andradis, the Graves, right?
We'll find out what his name is one day.
And like going on to the Graves is a good idea, but they left B-bots just all alone along with Ishan, so their main damage dealers just were evaporated like very quickly, and well, Bark might be evaporated immediately.
What do you mean? No, he got that Rift Rock. He's fine.
Yeah, he's
He's
fine.
gonna
He's
just
fine.
walk away. Briticus is also in the area, so maybe they're looking
Oh,
for a turn here
uh-oh.
over on the entry because he does get hit by that crescent-shaped ability. I still don't know the name of, but I'm just going to say crescent-shaped ability continuously. Um, but no
Are you
engage going to go in.
are you talking about the Crescent Strike?
Hey, I was close. Hey, it was crescent-shaped.
I was so confused. I'm like, what are you talking about? Are you talking about
It's
the Q?
crescent-shaped. I mean, at least I didn't say it was croissant-shaped.
Are you telling me you wouldn't want a croissant-shaped attack?
I mean, it is croissant-shaped, but at
It is
least I knew it was
croissant-shaped.
crescent. Because
What if it was Croissant Strike instead of Crescent Strike?
Well,
Just throws a croissant at you.
I'm ready for the Baker Diana skin for Croissant Strike.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Uh-oh.
Engage
Oh,
coming out from Bark.
Ishan.
He's really nailing
Oh.
down that he wants to punish down over on Ishan. Ishan actually getting the return burst out. Ishan not able to finish up the kill, and he gets knocked up by poison over on the off screen. But now Dyslexic and Andricus is going to be in their tower, taking that down. Ooh, the Fear Beyond Death does land, so that means there's a Fear going out on top of the Graves as well. That's not going to be great for the fight, but Big Pots is here. He's doing tons of damage. He picks up one, he picks up two, and now this business time that's a remaining member, along with Kilgar, he's eventually coming here. He gets rooted up because the Graves stepped up just a little bit too far. He got hit by that Moonlight Vigil, and then rooted by that Gravitum. Peak lays over on their side because why? Because Mundo goes where he pleases, and he decides I'm gonna go over to the Ezreal. I don't feel like going over there.
Yeah, you can see he was standing there. He's like, are you guys gonna walk to me? No? All right, that's fair. And now, because of that very, honestly, that very weird fight, that's the best I can describe it. They just have to kind of sit back and relax a little bit. I don't understand how Bark survived for that long. Like, I thought he was dead to right there.
Castle win.
Castle win, indeed. But,
Yeah.
you know, uh-oh. Frozen Heart alert on the Ezreal.
Hey, let's
once
go.
again.
Number 2. But this time he
Frozen
has to
Heart
finish.
game.
This time he has to finish Mana Monet. But now, oh no, Kilgar, you stepped too far out of your base. I mean, by that, I mean you stepped outside of your base. And it looks like you're going to be falling down to Peak Lake, going where he pleases once again. Very unfortunate on that fact, especially because Dragon is spawning up here in about 35 seconds. You're not going to be making it in time for the Dragon fight if there is one, and this is sole point for Cosmic Flow.
Yeah, this man's better use his heal and start booking it to the Dragon the second he gets back up. But even then, they're not in the prime position to really do what they want. They know exactly where the castle is, so they are just forced to surrender this next dragon. And with the Ocean Soul being the main gift, really, it's a very bad thing to just be like, all right, we can't even afford to just fight for it, even if we are down one person.
Yeah, are not able to fight for it, which is pretty unfortunate here, but it's our looks like it is going to be the Ocean Soul for Cosmic Flow, and I feel like at this point now it's getting really tough for. Oh yeah, here comes Solar Flare. Does land along with the Zenith Blade going on right at the Poison. Poison looks like he is going to be falling down at the end of that fight. But TP also coming out. Bark is looking for some blood. Beatpots does flash away. Here comes Fear Beyond Death to get the Fear off over onto Peakley. This is looking like a turn fight for Mind Your Business. Beatpot still hiding away. He has to be mindful though because of Kilgar or there's 4 units over on the other side that he needs to worry about. But ooh, can you? Okay, good. Good job. He does E away. Doesn't want to take any further damage. Gonna be a little bit careful here. He does have his teammate on the sideline. He has Ishan right there, giving him all the moral support he needs. But it looks like that's gonna be end of that.
Yeah, and even though they end up losing two, that was a that kind of just is incredible to see that it was a 3v4, 3v5 for for most of that fight, and they were still able to just push that as hard as they want and still be so aggressive. Obviously, uh, they don't win it just because two members are not there with them. The Graves somewhere in the jungle and Ishan being in the bot side. Not obviously not the happiest little fellow, but I'm pretty sure they're fine with that. That kind of just shows just the firepower that they have. Uh-oh.
Showing it. They're looking for a pig over
Oh,
here. Going to use the blast plant to knock him on over, but unfortunately, Entrigus also knocks himself on over. So, just the end of that engage with a couple auto attacks at the best being thrown out. So nothing too much lost here, other than a positional change.
yeah, and well, now we gotta fight.
Yeah, here comes the fight. Moonfall does land over on the B-Pods. B-Pod's getting real low in the early parts of this fight here, which is really unfortunate. Oh, he does get hit by the Fear Beyond Death, so it looks like it's going to be a win fight by Mind Your Business. The Solar Flare does land before it just lets it falls, but it's the already beginning of the end here, possibly. We're still looking at a further engage coming out. Ishan still trying to do his best to do a lot of damage, but so is Graves. They're actually maybe able to pick up the poison, able to pick, or is going to be falling by the Graves here. They're still looking for more. Bark is on the run. He can't use his ulti anymore because he already used it so much running away, and he already uses his flash as well. Kilgar, he's just going to walk away because he's not afraid. Actually, he's kind of afraid. But yeah,
Can we just take a moment to realize that all the auto attacks that Business Time did literally amounted to 0. Like, Pink like just auto attacked him, queued him, and just did not care.
He goes where he pleases.
Mundo goes where he pleases, especially with the maximum dosage and with a ocean buff. My god.
Yeah, and pointing out with whatever people said in the chat here that Diana is the only one with a finished Grievous Wounds item, which is actually very important to note as well, considering we have 1, 2, 3 big healing things and then an Ocean Soul on top of that. I feel like we need to prioritize some of our anti-heal a little bit more, guys. From Mind Your Business, because Mundo heals a lot. We have Graves, who has 2 lifesteal items, and he built a Spirit Vision because he felt like it too. And then on top of that, we also have the healing from B-Pods, getting some extra healings off, and then for the entire team, the Ocean Soul, which gives you healing based on your AD, your AP, and your bonus health.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they are kind of just like, I don't know, they're just not acknowledging the fact that there's so much healing on the side of Cosmic Flow, and so they're just ignoring it. But we see that if you just ignore it, it's going to cost you. And the fact that they just haven't built anything other than the Bramble Vest and the Morelos kind of is way too disrespectful.
Play seems like he might be caught out here. Kilgar does have his shotguns available. He's doing a lot, or I would say he's doing a lot of damage. He's not doing great amounts of damage. Bark is just getting run down, while Kilgar, he's just getting autoed himself to death, while Poison's looking for round 2 around here. Let's go. Big boys coming in for a fight, and Piglet just kind of ran under a tower and got 2 kills for it. Now we're looking over at a good Moonfall possibly from Briticus. He does get the flash a little too late, so he doesn't get the damage over onto B-Pods, but here comes the execute coming over onto Ishan. He's not going to be living, but B-Pod's able to finish up the kill over on a Business Time. Business Time is going to be in the gray screen, while Poison is going to be run down by the rest of the team, and that's going to be the ace and probably the end of the game. We have all inhibitor towers get down. We just need top lane, bot lane, just pick a lane to get all these minions pushed up, and then we can finish up this game here.
Yeah, maybe out of the anti-heal items first was a key item to help with winning. However, no anti-heal means that Cosmic Flow will seize this victory and will tie it up at 1-1.
So while we get ready for going into our next game, this is once again a best of 5 series. We still have a couple more ways to go. At the minimum, 2 more games. At the maximum, 3 more games. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more League of Legends. Some good old fashioned League of Legends gameplay. Hey, what's up, guys? I always start off with that, saying that as if it was like just a super casual thing I could do. But yeah, we're back once again, and thanks for sticking around for the Be Right Back. And we're going to be jumping right into Game 3, or at least the draft for Game 3 of the Mind Your Business versus Cosmic Flow.
And same bands. Okay.
Same pick.
Are we okay? Are we about to do kind of a run back, just flipping the script on who gets who?
No, I think it's whoever gets blue side gets Ezreal because no one wants to ban
That's
Ezreal.
I guess like, look, if Ezreal's left there, he is probably your pick. I. All right,
But
Mundo's back in.
hey, let's go, Mundo. Mundo
Oh,
game. He goes where he pleases. Ash being hovered right here. I like the Ash because it does quite a bit of damage. You can poke back a little bit against the Ezreal, so it's not as hurt. So it doesn't hurt as bad for your laning phase. So it's an interesting pickup here. I like it.
oh yeah. I mean, obviously you got the Enchantress Arrow. That's going to be a pretty nice CC lock. And then if you can maybe lock down someone right in front of Mundo, Mundo just gonna slam and wham away, and well, we got the Ezreal Threshback and the Cassiopeia this time gonna be locked in, so the junglers are left alone.
Yeah,
And
Thresh. Cassiopeia being
Nautilus?
picked up here. Nautilus being picked up as well. So they're looking for a pretty, a somewhat aggressive sort of bot lane here. I do like the Ashe just because it is another way they can have it engaged. Since Mundo doesn't have any CC of himself, he will just generally walk in towards the enemy team. I like the Ashe because it gives them another way they can start a fight, and also opens up their other remaining options for what they want to do in terms of not necessarily needing to have an engage. It would help, but you don't necessarily need to have more engage considering you already have the Ash and Nautilus over for the side of Cosmic Flow. Well,
Yeah,
Mind Your Business definitely needs to get a lot more engage ready. They have Flash Cassiopeia ult for a good engage, or just Thresh in general, but I think that does require a little bit more of a commitment for Cassiopeia to get as super effective. It could just be a straight up petrifying gaze, but in any case, they do need to look for a little bit more of an engage coming out for themselves for these next two picks.
yeah, and you can see immediately they straight or Seaflow just straight up targets the junglers. Diana will not be seeing Drift this time around, along with the Trundle. And on the other side, we see Kindred, Syndra banned away. Think Syndra and Ori are like some of the most commonly picked mages into a Cassiopeia, from what I see. And well, speak of the devil, and she shall arrive. Oriana shall see the rift this game.
Yeah, I would say Oriana and Syndra do a really good job at keeping Cassiopeia at bay. Cassiopeia is definitely lacks in the range department, so playing someone who can really play at a distance really well, have that sort of control style where you can threaten a certain area so they have to reposition, works out really well. So Oriana and Syndra, both really good ones. Syndra already banned away, so Oriana natural pick, and now the Skarner. Interesting one. I like that. That's engaged that I was talking about earlier.
That's exactly the kind of engage that you would like to see. Obviously, Skarner is going to be rushing straight on in, going to probably, hopefully, look for the Ashe or the Orianna, and then, hope that they have enough damage to take out one of them. But it's also going to be the Tom Kench top lane, and we know just how much of a menace the Catfish is on the Rift, so we will be seeing it once again.
Tom Kench. I like that. It's some engage and also pretty good pick potential coming out from Mind Your Business because say someone has the 3 sets. Oh, I'm just gonna roll that. Actually, he's still disabled. All right, there we go. Graves Jungle coming back at it again. But yeah, I like Tom Kench because you can if you get someone with the what's the passive stats called? Taste. I don't know. It has a 3-part passive for Tom Kench. He can always Q into the ulti or to steal someone, spit them out. Skarn is another option they have if they want to get for yes, acquired taste. There it is. I know they had taste in there, but yeah, uh, a lot of options for Mind Your Business to get picks alongside of having some general engage. They don't have a lot of AoE sort of engage, but if they can pick off Cosmic Flow one at a time, really break up sort of their team comp, it can still work out pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have the uh, 2 engages that you want now. You got the Tom Kench who can engage, he can also disengage fairly quickly. So they are 100% ready to go in. But at the same time, if the back line is left alone and say, Mundo and Graves can get onto this cast, get onto the Ezreal, then they're going to be having a small time to just, you know, just live, I guess is the best way to put it.
Just live. But in any case, we'll just be waiting for a little bit, waiting for the teams to get ready on this. Let's see. Just reading on it. Okay. Just checking on it with the teams, making sure they're ready. But yeah, I mean, general team comp wise, I feel like I don't know. I don't know which one I like more with Mind Your Business having a lot of pick potential and then C-Flow having really good team fights like Orianna, Nautilus, Ashe. As their engages, Graves and Ashe and Orianna do a lot of damage, and then Mundo being there and doing a lot. I don't know what he's doing a lot of, but he's doing a lot.
He's there. I mean, if they start focusing him, then he's a perfect distraction. I mean, we saw what Mundo can do. He literally 1v2'd a Cassidy and an Ophelio. So if that's any kind of hopefully hint to an anti-heal item, then it should be a little better. Hopefully, please.
I mean, they have a Cassiopeia now, so I feel like they should have more Grievous Wounds because it's just better to have. Like, it's good. Like, she applies it really easily, really well, and then works with her poison super nicely as well. So I feel like they should. At this case, in this game, they would have a lot of other options in order to do it. They don't have a lot of damage threats, so it's not as easy to do it. But I mean, as long as Mundo's auto attacking someone and they have Bramble Vest, it'll work just fine too.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, as long as the Bramble Vest or the Thornmail is out, they'll be sitting happy, and we will be seeing the Skarner out on the Rift. This is going to be the second day in a row that we've seen a Skarner out and about. So, no, Skarner one obviously he's a pretty nice pick to take here. He's obviously the engage that Mind Your Business needed. He has pretty nice CC. Obviously, he can stun you up and then he can just pull you over to the rest of his team. That is incredibly helpful. But at the same time, he has to get in there. And if Nautilus is there to stop him, it's going to be a tough game for him.
Absolutely. Just stop some of this engages here, but yeah. What I do like, it's curious to me how like it's such a high priority for both teams to pick up the Ezreal. He's been very potent in both these games. He does a lot of damage. He has so much with his kit, but it's still very curious to me how
Wait,
like it's not big enough for them to want to ban it away.
yeah, but hey, I want you to look at the top and the support for my new business.
All right. Well, let me just go ahead and hit the transition screen so you can see what we're talking about. Uh, whoops. Uh, no, no,
Uh,
no. I'm gonna stay with my initial statement. It was like, huh?
this can't be happening. This isn't happening, right?
I never seen a Thresh in a solo lane. I'll be honest, unless it was like ADC Thresh. But I highly doubt this is ADC Thresh. Does anyone in the chat understand? Like, sees this a little bit better, or maybe Poison's just super good at Tahm Kench and they're just switching out. Business Time is going into support role, and then Poison is moving up top lane. Maybe that's
No,
what it
this
is.
isn't. This isn't. I mean, it could be position swapping.
Yeah, they could just
Potentially, yeah, Poison could be going top.
roll swap. They can roll swap in this, so
Yeah.
that makes more sense to me rather than seeing the Thresh top lane. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I was about to be like, wait, what is going on? Are we really about to see an on-hit Thresh? That'd be
funny.
cool though.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, can you imagine just like
yeah.
you guys trying to live your
he
best
sent me
life?
he sent me a message, but I did not look at my Discord in time, and I was just staring at it. I was like, huh? But yeah. Okay.
So it is going to be a bro swap.
Yeah, it is going to be a role swap for them. So Poison's going to go up in the top lane with Thresh in the support role, played by Business Time, which is, I mean, I like this a lot better. With the lane swap here. Totally forgot that they asked me before the series started, and I just like, wait a minute, on his Thresh, the tongue catch violin, and then it started hitting me. I started seeing people in the chat. It's like they're position swapping, and then Kilgar actually messaging me in Discord. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just dumb.
I mean, it would have been awesome to see though. I kind of wish that would have ended up happening, but it just makes a lot more sense for the two to be swapping.
Very
So
much so.
the business not gonna be playing Urgot for the first time. I am gonna be very interested to see how his Thresh handles down here in the bot lane against the Ashe and Nautilus.
Yeah, very much so. Seeing the Tahm Kench versus Dr. Mundo, I think this is a little bit better of a matchup, honestly, for Tahm Kench, just because he does max health damage anyways, and he can still proc Mundo's passive from. Oh wait, is it only hard CC or does soft CC count too, like slows? Because if it procs on soft CC, that's a lot of damage that Tahm Kench gets off with just landing a Q. Because if you don't know, with the Mundo rework, they changed his passive to whenever he has Malzahar spell shield, kinda. So he has a little bit of a spell shield where instead of taking CC, he would instead take percent current health, and then with that, it drops a canister. You can pick it up and it heals you based on your missing health. Or just max health. It's one of the two. It's pretty good. Pretty good ability. But I can't remember if it procs on soft CC or just hard CC.
I don't know. Maybe it is soft.
I'm gonna just go
CC.
ahead and look it up.
I mean, if it is soft CC, then 100%, Mundo not gonna be happy. But I mean, Mundo's still gonna do what he pleases, so that's a positive.
Yeah, he'll be that late game sort of sort of threat that he's always is, going where he pleases, doing a lot of damage for building a lot of health. All right, let's see his abilities. All right, so immune to immobilizing effects, so it has to be hard CC.
Okay.
Yes, just making sure on that one.
Alrighty, that makes more sense.
It does make sense. But Riot is also, a little bit weird. So I don't know. But in any case, let's just go ahead and look at some. Oh well, I was going to say look at some of these skins, but it's too late because we're already in the game.
Yeah, skins no longer matter. Say it again?
Introduce these blue side to me.
Yes, sir. On the blue side, obviously, we have Business Time, or Poison 57 as to catch in the bot lane, or in the top lane. Jesus Christ, I'm
Just
gonna
go
be
ahead and
messing up
move
my
it now,
touching.
dude. Just go ahead and move it
Jesus,
now.
right now. Like, I was going to, and then I immediately messed myself up. Poison in the top lane as the Tom Kench. Brennicus as the Skarner in the jungle. Bark as the cast in the mid, and Kilgar and Business as the Ezreal Thresh bot lane.
Yeah. Over on the other side, we got ourselves a the cosmic flow. We're seeing ourselves Piccolo in the top lane playing the Dr. Mundo once again, and Grodus. That's what we agreed on, right? I really hope that's what
Blue
we
side,
agreed on.
yeah, and
Um,
Grodus.
Angrodus. All right, so
And
Angrodus
Grodus.
playing the Graves in the jungle once again. Right, fits your game. Thank you for fixing the game. Hopefully, for invisible pillars. Mid lane we got Ishan playing the Orianna in the mid lane, and bot lane we are finishing off with Beepots and Dyslexic once again. But this time they're playing Ashe and Nautilus.
Yep. So we're gonna be seeing just what Astronaut can do. Uh, well, seems like they have an idea of what is going on, and uh
Potentially, we're looking to see a little bit of a vertical jungling potentially with Cosmic Flow already making their way over onto here, but over on this side and taking away the red buff immediately. They have theirs red buff also rewarded up in case Brennicus does decide to do some vertical jungling. I'm sure he is going to be aiming to do so because he doesn't want to be missing out on too much, but who knows? Maybe we're going to be seeing some punishment for this as well, seeing if maybe Ishan and Poison wants to collapse onto them and just go ahead and get a free, easy first blood. But no, we're just going to be stealing buff away.
yeah, and they do see the Skarner is at the red currently. Angrodus gonna have his full red taken away, but they are starting to collapse onto the Skarner here.
Yeah, we are seeing a little bit of a collapse here. Good rotation coming from Bark, but Flash is pulled out by both Angrodus and Bark. But First Blood is going to be knocked down by the Mundo. He does get the empowered E off as well, so we got to see a Scorpion fly across your screens here. He gets hit by another Q here by the Mundo, and that's a double kill for the Piccolo. And Mundo, he goes where he pleases.
The Mundo, he does not stop when you think he does. He only stops when there are limitations, and there's none there. They took out the Skarner, they took out the Cass, and the Tom Kench is kind of stuck in his lane like, guys? Guys, why are we trying to fight this? Hello? I'm just a catfish. I'm all alone.
Yeah. He's the River King, dude. He's the River King. He couldn't rotate there. I didn't necessarily look at the map, so I couldn't see why he couldn't rotate. Maybe it was a big wave, and he didn't necessarily want to risk that. This time lands a pretty good hook play, brings one tower shot in, maybe get another tower shot over onto this. Lets it. Not going to kill him just yet, but does have to ignite down. Beepots is going to be picking up the kill over on the business time, while Kilgar is trying to do his best on getting some sort of response kill out of that, but nothing out of the sorts, while Angrodus is in the mid lane getting some good shotgun shells over onto Bark. And Peak Life just Mundoing. Mundo.
Yeah, just doing Mundo things. And I'm very surprised that Brennicus didn't come earlier. The flash is still up on the Ashe, but you see, here comes the gank finally. But kind of misses.
Yeah, he does use a head splash as well in order to move that slight further distance. Because why not? Honestly, does head splash work with what is it called? Nimbus Cloak? That's interesting to find out because maybe he did it for the little bit of movement speed buff. That would have been pretty interesting to see if that actually does work in that way.
I honestly have no clue. And now, even if it does, I mean, right now, it did not help out a whole lot as, the flash is down for Dyslexic, and Bizlime could have lived if he just flashed away when Beepot's flash, but instead, no flash used, so he'll keep that for now.
Yeah, it
And
definitely is saving that.
we play
We do have
shenanigan, maybe?
possibly. I mean, we're looking at possibly
And to the
rotate.
boss.
No, and we're DDoSing again. Ah, man. All right.
Ah!
Let me get the music.
Oh man.
And welcome back to the GRLCS semifinal podcast, where we don't actually watch games here. We like to just sit around at a nice pause screen, looking at a nice shade of yellow grayish. Uh, and yeah, you know what? Asami, what's your favorite off-meta build? What's your favorite off-meta build?
My favorite off meta build?
Yeah, something that's out of the usual that, this is someone that shouldn't necessarily play.
Uh, this was before they did these nerfs to him, but going on hit Nico and on hit Kennen was probably the most fun I've ever had.
Hey, we're
And
back.
okay,
But,
hey,
wait,
we're good.
for a moment, it's still going to pause again, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to pause again just because spectator. But please, right, fit your game. But what was it?
It was the on hit Kennen, on hit Nico builds when those were a thing. Those were so much fun to watch. Or so much fun to play as well.
Yeah, I mean, on hit Kennen is more so of the 80 seat Kennen type of build. It was a few seasons ago before you played this game. It was a thing in the Korean servers just because he had some good 80 ratios on one of his ability. I forgot which one it was, and then on hit Nico. Well, I wasn't a fan of it honestly. It was good. I just didn't like it necessarily. This lets it lands the hook over onto the kill guard because he felt like it. Because no follow up for B pots because he was over there warding. But he felt like it.
Yeah, just Nautilus angry.
Oh, he's still angry. He gets another hook off. He gets the auto attack also on the kill guard here. They're looking for quite a bit of damage. This time still hitting minions with that hook here, which is pretty unfortunate. But just getting further punished underneath this tower here as Beepods is just opening fire over onto this Ezreal.
Yeah, Beepot just does not care. This bot lane does not care. If they hook, they will auto, they will slow you, and they will try to get this kill. And you can see, if Grizz was bot side, I would say they could actually look for a tower dive just because of how low they are.
Potentially, but we're not going to be seeing that just yet at the very least, since Graves is in the top side taking that Scuttle Crab. Dragon is up available as well. Another hook does go ahead and hit, and Beepots is going to be picking up a second kill for himself here. This is a good lead coming out for Cosmic Flow here. A very solid one in that, and really getting into the jive of things for their team, I gotta say.
Yeah, I guess technically, if we're looking at it now, is it fair to say that they kind of just hard win?
Ooh, I mean, it's still very earned to the game. It's 3K gold lead, but I mean, you could always throw that. This is not to bash on gold because I am also gold, but this is gold lead, so anything could happen. This does get hit by a hook and dies under tower because he took one extra tower shot. That was a good flash play or flash hook by Business Time there.
Yeah, I meant to say we found a counter to the Ezreal finally, but I ended up watching the Mundo, obviously win hard against Poison, and Beepos might die.
Nah, never.
No,
See? Look, easy. He uses heal, flash. Killguard's still not level 6, so he's going to get pretty hard punished right now. But
shot.
Speaking of punish, it looks like Beepot's going to have to keep running away because here comes Bark flash into that. Oh, that's not the ability you want to use because it stopped you from walking a little bit, and you're dead. The kill for Bark here. Good shutdown over from Beepots, taking down all his summoner spells as well. So, well done. He managed to get something off of that, and maybe using this momentum, they're looking to try to grab this Ocean Drake, the first one of the game here. Dyslexic is around looking for a good hook off, but he doesn't have the teammates to support him necessarily just yet. It's a 4v3 situation right now because we don't have B-Pots here just yet. TP not available either. Good flash away by Dyslexic. Not want to get hit by that flay into possibly a very bad situation.
Yeah, and you can see both teams just posturing. They don't have to be afraid of the petrifying gaze because that is down, but
Yeah,
is Oh, wait, what?
He still does a lot of damage in any case. Good shockwave over to Brinicus to get a return kill, but this still is a 2v3 situation. Ishan is a mage lady that has to play around his abilities. They are able to get quite a bit of damage off onto Bark. Bark does take him down, and now Visit Time is the next target because B-Pod's in area. Now watch out for these slows. The volley's coming out. Oh, Zizlek is still alive. Double kill for Ishan, and now it looks like that is going to be a one-out fight and a dragon potentially for his Cosmic Flow because and Grodus is on his way back.
Yeah, I was just very surprised to see Angrotus go in there. Obviously, just a tiny bit of discommunication, it seemed like, from the mid lane and support to the jungler, but nonetheless, they were able to clean it up. They're able to pick up the kills, and they're able to secure Dragon off of it.
Yeah, alright, able to secure Dragon. Bredicus did move up to the top side. He was like, alright, we're going to have to give up the Dragon now. I don't think we can try again for another fight. Especially after just losing that one, Ishan having so much gold in his pockets. He's not spent it yet, but when he does back and spend all that money that he just earned himself from that triple kill, it's going to be quite nice for him.
Oh yeah, you already know that Orianna right now is just dead and happy. I'm pretty sure. Well, I say I'm pretty sure, but I'm sure this is possibly the Liandry's build. Here comes Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Looks like it's going for his kitchen. Oh.
So close, B-Pots. Alright, so that's and then Zulfur, yes, this is still gold capped right now. This is the Mind Your Business versus Cosmic Flow semifinals, game 3 out of possibly 5. Currently scores 1-1, while Pikley is trying to just run up over at Poison right now. He needs to be careful. They're looking for a dive here. Oh, can he do it? He does do it, but Tower Shot does finish him off anyways. Good use of the ulti in order to get a bunch of health back and make sure he stays alive. Oh, this lets it making a good roam over into the mid lane caught by the shock wave, but good petrifying gaze to stop some of that engage. He tried to use that collateral shell in order to try to get some damage off, but Sletic is going to get it's punished just a little bit, dying under tower to Bark Bark, but still able to pick up the kill onto him.
Yeah, some minor miscalculations. Obviously, collateral damage did end up hitting, but it wasn't enough to execute. So the Dyslexic has to end up going under tower, and because of it, he does end up dying. And obviously, we do see Pikley. He used the flash to try and escape along with the ultimate, but unable to survive the tower shot from the top side tower dive there. But overall, I mean, you get the Orianna more fed. She has the Ludus Tempest now. Obviously, the Liandry's Anguish also built for the cast, and the mid laners right now are looking the scariest.
Absolutely. Definitely pretty scary. Not to mention Pikley in the top lane, seeing that he has his full mythic item completed as well. And he's just kind of running over at Poison right now. Poison's doing a good job at holding his Q, so then whenever he does get those full stats of acquired taste, he is able to proc that little ability off of Pikley, so he takes a little bit extra damage in some of these trades. But in any case, it's still pretty rough for him. They're looking to actually just take down this top lane tower. There's good use out of the Rift-Tailed Hero, seeing that it does do always two plates worth of damage. And yeah, first tower down and a bunch of bladings.
Yeah, obviously, Poison knows that he's in danger there, so he's just gonna go ahead get out. But that first tower taken, and Pikley right now is just exuding confidence. I mean, Mundo goes where he pleases, but this Mundo is just way too confident. I mean, there's no reason he should. But actually, there's all the reason he should. Oh.
Ooh, that was a great flash by Bark Bark in order to use the Petrifying Gaze, but a good response by Ishan as well in order to pick up a return kill on that as well, thanks to the little flying orbit. Now Pikley, he's just kind of running it towards Poison. Now he's going to put him back under the tower. He's like, hey, you remember this? And now part 2, we're going to also suppress you under the tower. And okay, they got 1 kill, 2 kills. All right, it's a 2 for 2 under, because it's not even 2 for 2 because the Graves didn't even get hit. I don't even know how he got
Oh,
tower aggro in the beginning.
oh
And now in the bot lane, we're
goodness.
seeing a little bit of a 2v2 fight as well. They love fighting around towers. Beepots, oh, you gotta go. Okay. Unfortunately, unable to sustain himself back into health. Not even sure if his runes had some life still in there, so I don't know what else he could have done. Ishan using his TP in order to save this lights, however. So that's the end of that engage for another 1-for-1. So it's um, 3 for 2 if you want to count Graves just being executed by that tower.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's the supports that end up picking up the kills onto one another. Obviously, Beepot's dying to the Thresh and Thresh dying to Dyslexic. But both supports doing what they can. Obviously, a little bit of a miscue by Business. Did not play correctly. Peakley just running down Bjark, and yeah, that's a dead snake.
Bark, 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 bark. Window goes
Yeah,
where he pleases. And
you
he
may
goes to
bark,
mid
but
lane.
Peakley does not care.
He goes mid lane. It looks like the next dragon is spawning up here in about 10 more seconds, so you gotta be careful here, Ingrotus. You don't want to get caught out here. Does not have the crystal impaler thingy in order to try to make sure that you get further punished here, but still need to be careful. Don't want to get caught out. Because dragon
Yeah.
is here. It's going to be infernal, which means we're either seeing a cloud or a mountain rift.
Can you imagine a mountain rift with window this time around?
Big
Lord.
boy.
Well, I guess we don't have to imagine. It's just happening.
Big boy.
Big boy. Yeah, the impale was not up. Oh, my
Oh,
snake.
and all right, not having a great game, Bark Bark. Try to use the Petrifying Gaze. It could have potentially saved you, but the CC was just a little too long and made it hard for you to finish up that cast there. Doesn't use up the CD at the very least. Poison, you got to be careful going into area. He does put the ward down to help him out a little bit. Interesting enough, using that Blast Plant also activated Peaklay's passive. That's I forget how that works entirely. How because it's based on whoever hits the plant. That's cool anyways.
I see.
Because Poison hit the
Yeah.
plant and then Peakley didn't get knocked back. It's just passive
Oh.
activated. And now Business
Oh.
Time is in a bad situation because he tried to go for a little hook, cheeky little hook, and he's getting run down by Peakley. He does get saved by Poison thanks to using the Devour. Gets a little bit of shield as well, but Peakley, he's like, I've been under tower 3 times under this game. I'm going in again, but this time he's not going to get a kill.
Yep, the impale does keep him under tower, so he is going to be just dead this time round. And, well, guess we're going back to fighting.
Yeah, we're going back to fighting. A good dodge from the Petrifying Gaze. Not going to get stunned up there. Dyslexic does pick up a kill over onto Bark Bark, but Dyslexic is still looking for blood. He's still going after hook after hook. He's looking for another auto attack on possibly Brandicus or Kilgar. Ooh, a Shockwave does bring back Brandicus, and he's dies for that as well. And Grotus did look a little possibly dead there, but thanks to Immortal Shield Bow, he's just fine as well. So they're going to be staying a little healthy here, but in any case, we're going to need to start looking at options for Grievous Wounds here over for the side of Mind Your Business, just because Mundo just did that again for like the 4th time, but this time he didn't get a kill this time, but his team still managed to get quite a bit out of it.
And all I really have to say is Beepot's beautiful turnaround there. I mean, literally Bark ends up using the Petrifying Gaze to try and get some kind of lockdown onto the ADC and the support, but he only locks down Dyslexic since Beepot did the quick fade away, or turn away, I guess is what I should be saying.
Turn around. Turn
Yeah, just
around.
turn around. Uh-oh.
And here comes another fight. Dyslexic, he's just finding hooks just to do at this point, and he's finding kills out of it because his team's following it right back up. He managed to pick up another kill over onto Brindicus while Peakley was busy messing around with Bark Bark, but now Peakley's like, hey, look, another tower, let me dive it. Now he's going over for Business Time, finds him, and there he goes. He flashes over the wall. I'm not sure why, but he flashes over the wall.
Yeah, I have no clue, but the ADC and the support and the mage are both very low, but they're now gonna be taking out True Shot Barrage, still on cooldown, and Kilgar about to be back on a gray screen if he doesn't get out.
Oh no, run, please.
Oh, he's
Oh,
dead.
collateral damage, there it is. And that's the end of that. So now it's gonna be a 5v2 if they're looking for a fight. Peakley definitely looking for a fight. He saw another tower and he's like, yo, I can dive this. And this list is like, yeah, you can dive it. They're going right in for it. But now they're realizing, maybe we should wait a little bit. Petrine Gaze stuns up no one right here, but Peakley's still in the middle of everyone because he can't. He goes where he pleases still, and Grotus is backing him up, trying to do his best. His second falls already, and now Grotus is like, alright, you know what, maybe I shouldn't back this up. But TP coming in from Ishan anyways, because he's like, you know what, you can do this. He's going to try to do it. But, you know, nothing happens because he doesn't have Command Shockwave. But, boy, that's a lot of damage in any case. Ooh, managed to take one down. Business Time is over on the other side of the wall while Poison's still here. Ooh. He's okay. Grotus lives barely by the True Shot Barrage, and Ishan already using the Shockwave off cooldown to pick up that kill. Now Kilgar's looking for yet another one. Maybe he can land another Q. No, he's not going to be able to. Now V-Pots coming out of nowhere. He's on the sideline just so he can throw a volley and then walk away because he's like, oh wait, I'm a little late. My bad, guys.
When did we transfer to this LPL kind of style here? That was a fight to chill to a fight to maybe a chill to another fight. What? I
I need
mean,
water. Water.
yeah, I mean, overall, Cosmic Flow winning out hardcore there. Obviously, Ishan was able to secure the kill and get out just fine onto Burberg. But my God, and the crazy thing about it, we're about to have another fight.
Yeah, they did all of that for no reason, actually. Because now they were just killing time for the dragon, and they already took it.
Yeah, and never mind about the fight. They know, but Dyslexic's here. Dyslexic, we know how much of a madman he is.
Yeah, dude, he sees a hook and he was like, oh, I can hit it. See? I can hit it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Arcane Shift is going to be preventing a further engage on that one just yet, but Peakley does see a tower. Maybe he wants to go for another tower dive. This would be like his 7th one. Here comes this. Let's take another hook, but Poison's going to use that shield in order to stop that. Ooh, good shockwave coming out. Does land on 2. Ishan does take down Kilgar. Collateral damage finishes up Business Time as well. Peakley is under tower because he feels like it, while Ishan now just gets stunned up by Vernicus. Ooh, they're still fighting under the tower. Peakley, you're getting pretty low yourself. You don't have your ulti available, but Angrotus, you're going to be finishing up this one. Oh, tower shot. And he's fine. Another ace for Cosmic Flow.
The lone survivor of it all. And as you said, the depth charge and the shockwave were so big there because Beepot ends up dying first, and once that happened, I imagine like, okay, maybe they'll back away. But no, Peakley just says, you know, we can continue this. There's a tower here. I'm diving it. We're going. So they full on commit, and they end up getting the clean ace. The Graves is the last one standing, and they probably, well, they're probably not going to, but I'm gonna say they could go for a Baron if they want to, and it looks like they are positioning for it actually.
Yeah, they're getting themselves ready. Ishan, however, is over at the blue bus. They already started up onto this Baron, but no one is the wiser. They don't know. They don't know. Mind your business is minding their own business, and they're possibly not doing Baron here. They just reset. But with that reset, Peakley did use his TP in order to get this down, so it looks like this is going to be a free, sneaky Baron for the side of Cosmic Flow.
And to be fair, it could have also been like they just know.
Oh, the arrow from downtown! Arrow from downtown is going straight onto Bark, and now he's absolutely obliterated.
Yeah, Enchanted Crystal Arrow was the last straw there. They're pushing it in, and Grotus is still on his way in. But if they take this fight, they definitely win it. And well,
yeah, this is looking for another fight. He saw 2 towers. He's like, this means I have to go in now. Peakley going in real deep for Kilgar, while on the other side, Business Time is doing his best in order to appeal for his ADCs, and he's doing a pretty good job to take takes up the attention of 4 while this Lekis is burning down. He's still alive, however. He's looking for another hook. He got another hook, and he's still alive even after taking that 1 tower shot. Peeklay's still taking tower shots because he feels like it at this point now. Throwing out a couple cleavers, and then Droid is... Oh, this Petrifying Gaze does miss, but the dredge line does hit in order to get on hit. We use the Zanyas in order to stay alive just a little bit longer, but a shotgun in the face is going to finish up that job, followed up by Kilgar, going to be falling down to a couple enchanted crystal or a couple arrows as well.
And just like that, Cosmic Flow win it. And, unlike the other games where it's like, it's kind of close throughout most of the match, and then suddenly there's a big gap where they just have a gigantic advantage. This kind of just felt like Cosmic Flow just had the lead throughout it all, and it seems like the entire thing just froze for me.
Yeah, just go ahead and escape and then leave game.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
think it was a surrender at the same time they finished the game. I do want to point out, Peeklay did the most damage in the game. He did
Ooh.
He did not double damage of the second most, or the third most, or the fourth most, but the fifth most he did double damage on. Oh, not even fifth most. It was getting close. He did 26k. 26k. Let me see if I can actually pull this up for you guys if you want to see it. Let me see it. Just go here, and then there it is.
Damage charts.
Big damage boy. Big damage boy. Good job,
My
He saw towers.
goodness.
He went for them.
I mean, it's as you said, Mundo goes where he pleases, and Catfish could not stop Mundo.
Absolutely not. But we're going to be taking a quick break, get teens ready for another one. I'm going to get some water because after that long fight, I'm feeling a little parched. But in any case, we'll be right back. Hey. Yeah, that's it. This time I'm just going to say hey. Yeah, we're back. Look, okay, I'm running out of introductions to do, but
So hey was just the best one you had.
yeah. Sorry, my bad, my bad. Let me try to say it. Hola, ¿cómo está?
There you go. See,
See,
now you
see.
got another intro. I mean, hey,
What?
you could even do what I mean, you could be like bargain, brand Jacksepticeye or something. I don't know.
Uh, Buenos dias.
uh, Once again, Ezreal first pick here, guys.
A little
Uh
surprise. Ooh, Lee Sin.
oh,
And
and
actually leaving up
guy,
the Irelia
yeah,
and the Mordekaiser. So yeah, instant lock in. We
yeah,
were like, we know what we want. We know what we want. Even including the Alistar into the pickup as well to counteract some of this Leona engage too. So, hey, see it. I'm here
Yeah.
for it.
And what? Yeah, NYB finally changing up the bans. They finally say, all right, enough of this Mundo, enough of this Graves. We understand. You guys are strong with us too. So let's see how you guys are without them. And the Trundle being locked in here potentially could be the either top or mid lane Trundle as a response to Irelia. This,
Uh,
uh,
Trundle, interesting
I,
pickup. Honestly,
I mean,
huh,
to be
interesting.
quite
It could be also
honest,
Ishan playing the Irelia mid. So
yeah. So I feel like Trundle's like a pick just for Isha, or just for not Isha, but for whoever has to deal with the Irelia. Like that's where Trundle's going, or at least that's what I'm thinking. But I don't know.
that's pretty much what I'm thinking as well. But ban phases, we're going to see a ban away for the Silas, which is pretty interesting. I don't think Seaflow has like really interesting ultis to take so far, so I wouldn't think that Silas is a high priority target for them. They are banning away a lot of mid laners, however, so it does seem like they are locked into the idea of Irelia going into the mid lane and then picking someone for the top lane. Someone with good engage would be something to have. Irelia is good engage in itself, but having things to follow up on it alongside with Alistar would be very, very good. But we'll just have to see what they opt in for. Syndra is good disengage, so I like that as well. Good disengage, good pick potential.
Yeah. So that kind of confirms where Trundle could be heading. Maybe it's Leaks in top, of course. Always a
Ooh,
interesting one. No, the Gwen.
I
Come
like
on,
the
you know you want to. You
I
know
like
you
the
want to. Lock it in.
oh,
There we go. We got the Gwen pickup for the top lane here.
I like Gwen here because you have such tanky units such as Leona, Trundle, and possibly Lee Sin. I doubt he's going to go full damage Lee Sin. It's going to be more so uh, probably on the tankier side of things. So Gwen, I like the pickup on that. A lot of AoE damage, not a lot of CC, but if you can funnel them into Irelia's ulti, it's hard for them to try to avoid all those needleworks and 1,000 cuts on them. And Lilia is going to be the finishing one, which is another good one for a pretty good engage all in itself, but it's not necessarily the one that wants to be engaging by itself.
Yeah, but obviously Lilia's sleep is gonna be the main setup here, especially since you got the True Shot Barrage. You have uh, is Irelia's ulti called Vanguard's Edge?
Yes.
Uh, so you have the Vanguard's Edge. You have the needlework and 1,000 cuts. I mean, this is a lot of damage. Obviously, we have a lot of damage in the bot lane as well in the Tristana and Leona for the Ezreal alley. But you know, who knows? Who knows how this one will go? As we'll see exactly where the Trundle will be heading to in just a few seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm imagining it's still going to be the top lane just because it's hard to flex Syndra into other lanes. It's good against Gwen, to be like very frank. Gwen's very much a top laner, built to fight top laners. Not, I wouldn't say really good at fighting mages in that case, just because she lacks any sort of CC. She uses her E really well in order to try to stick onto her targets, but still, it's pretty hard against in more of these ranger matchups. Um, it's going to be interesting, but I'm imagining Trundle's going to be locked in for the top lane and then Syndra in the mid lane. Syndra does fine into an Irelia, I would say.
Oh,
Oh,
this is Lee Sin.
it's Lee Sin. All right, I'm sorry.
It,
I apologize.
it,
I'm all wrong.
that's what I was I was trying to figure out if it would be the Lee Sin top or if it would be Trundle jungle or whatever the case may be. Just
Yeah,
because
Lee Sin into Gwen.
once Syndra got locked in, that was kind of a hardcore vote for where exactly Trundle would go. But Lee Sin top, not as volatile as many people used to see it, but
Yeah,
it
ever
is
since
still
those E
a
nerfs.
mhm, it is still a matchup that we dread. Obviously, a good Lee Sin player can kick your tail pretty hard, especially with a Trundle here who can easily stop a Gwen who I imagine won't be running the Flash. Many Gwens don't.
Hmm. Yeah. So it's gonna be. I mean, for pure lane dominance, I could see going for the ignite TP routes, but maybe in this case the flash would be a little bit better just to avoid um, some of these insets that Lee Sin could possibly do onto you. Lee Sin top has been fallen out of favor just because they nerfed his E a lot. E used to be like the first thing you level up whenever you do Lee Sin top, just because the base damages was huge, the slow was very nice, but they did end up nerfing that stuff. So I'm going to be curious how does this Lee Sin top work out as well as for this Irelia and Syndra matchup. I feel like Syndra does okay-ish into Irelia just because if Irelia tries to go in on Syndra, she could just scatter the weak and avoid her for a little bit longer at least. Buys her some pretty good time in order to get under tower or possibly set up a pretty good fight against her or a pretty good gank against her with Trundle.
Yeah, but we will just have to see exactly. Honestly, I'm surprised that, now that I'm looking back at it, I'm surprised for seeing the Lilia and not like a Rumble in the jungle. I know Rumble in the jungle is not as commonly picked, but it's still a very strong uh, combination there, especially because it does give that slow, and Irelia can really work off of that and just, decimate people with it. But I'm not complaining about the Lily. It's just a little bit surprising now that I look back at it.
I mean, uh, to be honest, I feel like the Lily is just fine. The thing that Rumble lacks is some sort of good engage. He has the uh rocket barrage, but it's not necessarily like hard engage. It's a area that you don't necessarily want to be in, and they aren't lacking in the damage department by any means. They have Ezreal, they have Irelia, they have Gwen. That's a lot of damage in itself. So the
That
little
is.
bit more utility that Lilia has, I feel like is gonna speak wonders for them rather than the Rumble in the jungle a little bit.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Like I said, I'm not complaining about the Lilia. I like the Lilia pick. Just at the same time, like, I would also understand if they would have gone with Rumble. Like either one works. It's just like, do you want the utility? So the utility pick who will more than likely get some pretty good sleeps off and will allow for, easier picks, or for the Rumble, who, does have that massive amount of burst damage with the Rocket Barrage, as you said. But, no matter what, never a bad pick for Cosmic Flow. And we're going to be in here in just a few for the fourth game, where my new business is going to be looking to extend the series to the fifth and final game, hopefully for them.
Yeah, we are running potentially a little bit behind on because I didn't actually think people would actually get to game 5. I should have, shame on me for not scheduling extra time in between this. This is 5 hours, but we are getting pretty close to time for the next game here, where we might just not end stream and just go right into the next one, which is going to be the Mingles versus ICB, the ice cold beverages, the glacial Mingles versus the ice cold beverages. So a lot of chilly theme for the next matchup, and I believe people who are going to be casting that. So let me just pull that one up. Is going to be the Crims and What to Pretty. So I'll be excited to see that when it comes up later. But we got to focus on this matchup here for the Cosmic Flow versus Mind Your Business.
Yeah, and obviously, both teams have a interesting comp, to say the least. Lee Sin should be okay with the Gwen. Obviously, the Hollow Mist will make it a little tougher to, land the Qs. But other than that, He should be okay. Maybe getting out traded from time to time, but I think this might come down to where the junglers go to and who gets these leads. And I mean, if I really get the lead, you know the power I really hold, so it's a pretty nasty.
Pretty nasty indeed. So, yeah. And we're going to be loading up on here. Maybe this time I can catch the skins for the screen. There we go. Okay, we can look a little bit at them.
Hey,
It's going really fast for the loading screen, however,
yeah,
so. Yeah. And it's done. I hope you guys got a good look. I mean, we'll see whenever while we're in the game, but I hope you guys got a good look about it.
and
And
they happened.
do you want to potentially say this for one last time? Introduce the blue side to us.
Of course, on the blue side, we do have Cosmic Flow. We have Pickley as the Gwen in the top lane, and Grudis as the Lilia in the jungle, Ishan as the Irelia in the mid lane, and Beepos and Dyslexic as the Ezreal and Alistar.
While over on the red side, just doing a 5-point stack. Oh no, Pickley, you're gonna jump right into it. Watch out! You're in the wrong hood. First blood. Over for mind your business. All right, so
Yeah,
we got
and
business. So we got top lane. We got business time 15 playing the Lee Sin in the top lane. We got Briticus in the jungle playing the Trundle. We got that kind of rhymed. We got Bark 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 playing the Syndra in the mid lane, and then for the bot lane we got Kilgar and Poison playing Tristana and Leona.
yeah, and already a nice first blood, especially going on to Barbark. He's going to be very happy about all that. They do have vision, so they do know there's almost everyone down there at the blue. And hopefully Pickley can avoid that happening once again come some later stages of the match. He was not too happy about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be so much either, but we're actually seeing a little bit of just early on counter jungling right here by Androgradis and Grodis. My bad, I just add more syllables in there. But Bark Bark is going to be the one that's punishing Ishan for stepping up so far forward to help out his jungler. Jungler still looking to actually take that red buff, but he has to be careful here. He's going to have a 3-man collapsed on. Able to flash on out. I think he gets hit by the Q, but it doesn't matter. We're not taking those. It's too far away. It's a little scary.
Not only that, but I mean, you get the flash out. That's already a win there. There's the level lead starting to take place as well, or slowly going to be taking place. Ishan has to be very respectful here.
Yeah, ooh. Maybe we're looking for a little bit of a turn here. Flashing on over. I don't think he had a Q up available, but if he did, possibly maybe he could turn that even harder there. But he is going to have to burn his flash for that. And these early levels is going to be hurting a little bit because that's what these very early levels is what they nerfed on Irelia. But she does work way better once you hit that mid game and that late game as well. So we'll have that to look forward to with Ishan. But for now, he's going to get feeling a little bit of pain in this range versus melee matchup.
Yeah, I mean that's to be expected, obviously. But at least Ishan is winning in the CS department and actually taking a pretty favorable trade. Even forces the flash, but it's just gonna die. That's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate indeed. Try to go for a little too hyphy on that one, I gotta say. He tried his best for trying to get something out of it, but not working out just yet for them. Over on the top lane is just a little bit trading going on. Pretty good trades by Pickley. He's doing a great job. Ooh, maybe he makes. Oh yeah, he's able to get one, but can he make it out alive? Because here comes Bark Bark. While in the bot lane, we're seeing a gank coming out from Briticus. I realized I didn't even turn off the music yet. Here it is. Music gone. And Pickley's still alive. He's managed to dodge around. Oh, jeez, he's still alive. He made it out alive. Good job.
Yeah, he makes it out alive thanks to the slow from and Grotus. So not only do they get nothing, they get the teleport, they get the flash out from business time, and obviously Peakley stays alive. So that is what you absolutely love. But at the same time, uh, I didn't even realize Syndra had I had 2 kills. So it was very lucky that the jungler was actually heading down or heading up to him because that could have been very fatal.
Very potentially fatal right there. But here comes an engage coming up with this, let's say, but nothing too much happening in on the end of that. Just taking a little bit of a trade for damages, and yeah.
Business time.
I'm taking again. I don't know if he wants to take some of these fights this early on. He is getting hurt quite a bit, but so is Peakley, so possibly he needs to be worried because Peakley did opt in for such a stronger laning phase. Ooh, preemptive on that Q, but not getting anything out of it.
Yeah, I mean, immediately just safeguarded away, so that's exactly how you expect this top lane to go, kind of just like that. Usually, minus the death there
Mm-hmm.
that happened early on, but other than that, this should just be how every single lane kind of is, just chilling and waiting until the perfect opportunity. It was something I just realized.
What's that?
The Alistar pick is so good because if Leona wants to engage,
Mm-hmm.
he literally just kicks anyone out. That's
Yes.
something I didn't even realize.
He can
It's
interrupt
such a good
her
pick.
while she's dashing on the Zenith Blade as well, using the Pulverize and then headbutts her away.
Yeah,
So,
but I don't even
very,
think that's
very
the
good.
main goal. I think it's just like, if Leona goes in, just kick her stun away. Because then
Yeah, I
they
mean
get more
either
damage onto
like
poison.
either way works very well. But they have to be careful here because Brennicus is looking for an engage onto that. Dyslexic is caught up in behind of everything because he did opt in for that headbutt instead. Now Beatbot's is the next target for it. Mark did also travel down
Oh.
here, and Grotus is going to be punished for that as well, taken down by the unleashed power, and Beatbot's taking quite a bit of damage himself as well.
Yeah, that's just Angrotus not knowing where Bark is and just being caught off guard, obviously gets stunned up by poison, I believe. And from there, it was just an easy unleash power, pick up a kill to pick up a dragon. And now we see Mind Your Business is actually going to be winning this early game instead of being behind like they were in some of the past games. Oh,
They are winning out this early game, but not, if Pikale has something to say, then
oh.
a quick needle work to finish off that kill on Boost this time.
As they say, snip, snip. That was all Peakley did. Just snip, snip away. Great job knowing. Like once the level 6 was there, since business wasn't level 6 at all, he could just take that fight.
Coming in from this time, he's looking for something. He has the kick available. He uses the kick. He goes straight onto Pikale. Pikale is a little bit low, but doesn't matter. He trades out a little bit, and the health has evened out just a bit. In any case, that is going to be the end of that engage. Nothing too hard to be won, but here comes Tangronis. He does use the lullaby over onto business time, so he's stuck under the tower, but no follow-up is able, or is available to finish up any kill.
Yeah, and now Brennicus also being there, and since the lullaby has been used, they don't have to be too terrified, especially since both ultis down.
Don't have to
Oh,
worry too much on that fact, but we still need to be wary about it. So we'll just have to see how this goes. Good job on Mind Your Business for getting this early lead, but we need to see what they're going to be doing with the extra 1,000. Ishan needs to be careful. He does commit the flash to dodge the solar flare. This Letsic knows that Kilgar's by himself now, so he's going to walk a little forward, but not be able to hit the pulverize on him just yet. So nothing to gain out of that for the bot lane at the very least for Cosmic Flow.
Yep. Oh, Vanguard edged.
Yeah, Vanguard Edge does come out over on the Ishan. We do see that Brennicus is in the area as well, so not going to be able to really capitalize on that. Maybe he's looking for a stun, but it doesn't look like it hits. You have Ishan a little bit careful here because it does seem like there's a 3-man, but this let's already going to go in for the bot lane. But again, just nothing really fully committed happened just so far yet. English is hard. Nothing really fully committed just yet. For both sides, they're really like kind of dancing around, possibly going for an engage, but not actually getting all the way there for it.
Yeah, obviously Ishan knows he could have full on taken that fight and potentially could have won since Barkwork was on such a low mana. And however, once he saw the frozen soil come up, he knew he had to back away. Trundle being around is never nice. Oh,
Yeah, they do have Peakley under the tower here. He's still using the needlework, gets a lot of damage off over on the business time. Ooh, the Q does connect over to Peakley to finish off the kill, while on the bot lane we're seeing the gank as well as double TPs being committed. Ishan is trying to do his best in order to try to do a lot of damage, but Barbarian is also here in order to try to finish the kill over Beepots. Beepots does live, and the sleep does finish it off. Ooh, a beautiful True Shot Barrage to pick up 2 more kills on the back end of that, and that's a huge win for Cosmic Flow, evening out the gold lead and even giving themselves an extra 300 or 700 on the way.
yeah, I mean, Piglet dies at the top, but you take out 3 people in the bot lane, and first, like, Beepos did an incredible job just kiting away from Bark, who was so close to killing him. He invested the flash as well to try and pick it up, but just could not get it. Then the True Shot Barrage obviously coming in was great for just destroying 2 of the members. And once that came through, it was almost as if like everything else didn't even matter.
Absolutely. But now we're looking at a dragon spawning up here in about 50 more seconds. So I'm sure team's going to be looking for that. No, we have only 1 TP available left, and that's from Peakley. And he will be looking for something to happen. He only has his TP available now because he opted in, or he died prior to that whole engage. But it looks like Dyslexic is going to be caught out by Poison. They are trying to do something here. Dyslexic already flashing away, trying to get out of here. But here comes another person over into the mid lane. There's 4 people mid, and Bark just using that unleashed power to finish off the kill over onto Ishan.
Yeah, and instead they do end up going towards the Herald. So, therefore, go for something that can give them some nice gold. Peakley, I still feel like Peakley should be careful just because of the Scatter the Weak, so that is exactly what he can do, but it looked like something could have happened, and then next thing you knew, there's like a whole party in the mid.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like this is going to be a trade dragon for Herald. I feel like the Herald's a little bit more worth here as long as they can get it down within this 1 minute and 30 seconds, because that's the full value you want to get. Anywhere between just 300 gold, which is kills worth, to a full tower is going to be very worth, and looks like they are going to be dropping it top lane for first tower gold as well. So nicely done by Mind Your Business. Going to be generating themselves a little bit further of a lead, 1k back in it. But they need to be able to keep up this momentum and see if they can maybe keep this up and going here. Oh, a little engage peek onto Peakley. He's using his needlework to get quite a bit of damage off. Brennicus is in the area. He took a bit of a back end of that, but here comes the subjugation in order to steal away some of these resistances. Peakley still getting a little bit hit, but hey, nothing too bad. He is able to pick up yet another kill over on the business time.
Interesting call by this, business time there.
Yeah, speaking of interesting calls, Dyslexic is going in for another engage here. 2-man sleep over from Angrotus, and is able to pick up the kill over on a kill guard. Poison 57 is the next target of that, but I don't think they'll be able to get in near him because they're so far away. And now they're just going to be taking up this second tower. Not first tower, but at least second tower goal.
Interesting. Right as soon, or my goodness, as soon as I said it was an interesting call by business time, there's an interesting call by Kilgar to actually step up when the Ezreal has an item compared to you, and we have an Alistar who will run you down, and if he can land the headbutt pulverize, like he's going to go straight on you. Make sure they can lock it down. Anchor this also as well to help his laners with securing kill. So they're able to pick up one while Poison is very lucky to just barely escape.
There indeed. But looking over at the gold leads now, it does seem to actually swing back into favor of Cosmic Flow. They're seeing themselves at a pretty nice 1.4k gold lead. This Lezic is looking for something. This time did use his safeguard in order to get away. I don't know if that's the ability's name. He is on the run, but here comes Bark Bark in order to really secure him away from this enemy team.
Yeah, using the safeguard to get away from that potential devastating gank. So he's lucky that just barely misses. I am curious though to see now how they're going to respond. There is the Bork now out, or Blade of the Rune King. It is fully built onto the Irelia. So
Yeah, Bork, not Bark. We have Bark Bark
Bork,
Bark, but we
full
also
Bork,
have Bork.
not Bark Bark.
Yeah. But yeah. Blade
Poison
King
has to be
has been
careful.
finished. He needs to be careful. This lets it does find one. He gets stun off also over on the poison, but the Scattered Weak does land a stun over on Ishan. Flashes over the wall, so he doesn't have to worry about it too much. And it looks like it's going to be a safe getaway, but still a flash earned over for the side of Cosmic Flow.
Yeah, a flash, the solar flare. I don't know why he stepped up like that. I mean, he was using the Oracle Lens, so he knew. Just, I don't know, not a right call there is all I can say really.
Questionable or not, it had happened this time. Now finding himself in a little bit of a precarious situation. He's looking for yet another 1v1 against Peakley. Peakley's doing a lot of damage against that new to work, but surprise, it's not a 1v1, it's a 2v1 with Angrotis landing the bowling ball plus the spinny Darius move. I really gotta brush up on my ability names, because I feel like Lilia's abilities is not bowling ball and spinny Darius thing.
Now the Swirl Seed and the Blooming Blows is what you're thinking about, buddy.
I can't tell which one's which, honestly.
Swirl Seed's Bowling Ball.
See, it's just swirl, so it sounds like spin. But now for an engage over from B-Pods, he's trying to get a oh, dodges away from that, so he's not going to pick up Bark Bark, but B-Pods is going to get punished for being so far up forward and trying to pick up a kill over on him.
Bark Bark did have to use the flash. Business time, getting 1v1'd. So, oh, is he going to? Oh, he's going to do it, and yep, there we go.
Sorry about that. I was reading Discord messages, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I was so confused. I was
Yeah,
I was
apologies.
confused, but I was also like strangely intrigued. I'm like, there's no way he loses this, and he almost did.
Yeah, now they're looking for the dragon here. Oh, get the sleep off, but gonna be waking up by the dragon. They're looking for a steal, but nope, not gonna be able to find that one. They had a warden there, so he knew how much health there was, but he wasn't feeling it. He was like, I don't think I could go for a steal.
I don't think this 1v4 situation's the most ideal case for me.
Yeah. It's only second Drake as well, so it's like not worried about it too much.
Nope.
Looking for another.
Is this time?
This time, he's so. I always see him in these weird serious scenarios, and Peakley's always following him and managed to pick up yet another kill over onto this time.
I mean, nice flash, nice getaway. Only one issue. There's 4 people that surrounding you, buddy. So, I'm surprised business time didn't just queue over to the alley, then flash, kick him away, and then run away to escape. But I mean, you know, to each their own kind of fancy maneuvers.
Yeah. To each their own, indeed. I mean, it's definitely an interesting one with what business time is doing. He's he's just always so pushed up forward and getting getting, just in a pretty much bad situation so far. So hopefully he will be able to make it back into his. But Lee Sin does fall off into the later parts of the game. Beepot's still just throwing out abilities because he feels like it.
Yeah, and well, business time.
Okay,
Uh,
well, to be fair on Business Sign's part, this is his half of the game. So like you wouldn't think you get assaulted right here, and Briddick is even here to help him out. Business Time, you got to be careful. You don't want to get hit by those needleworks, and you get flashed queued on. So unfortunately, you're going to be going down here. But Kilgore looking for a revenge kill because he's like, yeah, you can't just kill my friend for free. So now he's here while Poison is in the middle of that. He's taking a little bit of damage. He doesn't get hit by that too much, but it's fine so far. They're defending this top lane tower, but right now they're just getting collapsed in on for around in this top lane. Or top lane, mid, and bot lane. They're just, all of them are pushing lanes, and no one can really stop them. Speaking of which, they are trying to, at the very least, over on Peak Lane. Peak Lane is getting some good damage off. I mean, I'm just going to stop casting, and hopefully maybe the action will slow down.
I highly doubt it will, as we do see 4 members now making their way. Dyslexic going to be the prize here, so he'll fall. Oh, he will fall. There we
He's
go.
not going to fall just yet. They are trying their best, but he is going to end up falling at the end, as well as B-Pots. So
They did try to pick up the kill onto Bark Bark there, or B-Pots did, but the damage just not quite enough, so Bark Bark was just fine, and Piccolo, even though he had the TP to try and respond as a way of helping, unable to really do anything, so he had to run away for that small amount of time. But just like that gold lead, it is 2k gold, but even though Mind Your Business ends up 2k gold almost exactly, they managed to be even in kills.
yeah, I mean, and that's also considering that the Mind Your Business also was also the ones that got first tower gold as well with the Rift Herald top lane. So pretty interesting, just farming up really well, I suppose. Jungler has a solid 50 CS lead. In the mid lane, we're seeing yet another 50 CS lead. In the ADC role, we're seeing another 20 CS lead. So that's a lot of money that just kind of adds up eventually. And it really is. Oh no, we're seeing yet another sleep. Sletsic is going to be caught out, but using the flash in order to get out of there. Business Time is looking for a way in, and he does have the Dragon Kick available, but I don't know if he wants to use it just yet. He's looking for a way into it. B-Pots gets a pretty nice 2-man on that True Sharp Barrage. Dyslexic does use the lock-in in order to save himself a little bit, but the commitment from Business Time is going to be finishing it. Needlework does do a ton of damage. Vanguard's Edge does miss out, but B-Pots does find the kill over on Bridicus. Now we have a 4v4 situation with the jungler gone over from the side of Mind Your Business and a support from Cosmic Club.
Yeah, and immediately they start up the Baron. No jungler means no worries, and they have plenty enough damage to take it out. Oh, but we might see a fight. Yep.
See a fight, but I mean, we don't have a jungler in order to
I don't like it.
try to steal this Baron, so yeah, they're just gonna go ahead and leave. But Dragon is the next priority that people are trying to go for. They were busy around the Baron pit that they didn't try to grab the Dragon sooner, which is pretty unfortunate. But ooh, Death Bush, Death Bush.
Nope. Bark Bark. Yeah, Bark Bark had it too soon.
Too soon, but we're still looking for something here. I'm just sneezed. I sneezed. Okay.
Bless you.
Get that out of the way. Hopefully I don't sneeze again in the middle of this, but
this
time is
here we go.
able to get in there. He does do the instant over P-Play, but it doesn't do enough while Angrotus is in the backline. He gets a sleep off on the pretty important members of the team. He managed to picks up 1 kill while we went on the other side picking up yet another, just collapsing in onto Mind Your Business. Cosmic Flow, just without a doubt, just doing a really great job at commanding a lot of this fight. Even though Business Time got a decent inset off, no one was there to follow up for that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Angrotis was on the back, and he just was aiming down the main 2 carries. Obviously, we also had Dyslexic and B-Pots who was there to help out, and really, it was just all a nice setup from Angrotis to help his team confirm that dragon. And now it is tied at 2 dragons apiece.
It is going to be back and are looking for possibly something a little bit more, but we'll just have to see. But, ooh, B-Pot's going to get caught out here. He does get hit by that Q, so he is going to be falling to that. Unfortunate for that, he does give away his shutdown, and maybe peak late too if he's not careful. He is on the run, but he is going to be a little bit surrounded. Ooh, the insect actually saved him there because then peak late was able to use the E over the wall.
Yeah, not so much of a insect there, just more of a sad sec as dyslexic.
Dyslexic under tower. He took the full unleashed power and still not taking damage, still taking tower. And it looks like Bark Bark is going to be dying right here, but possibly Ishan as well. Oh, last tower shot. There it is.
Uh, okay, so theoretically, Ishan, you want to get out of the tower range first and then come back to pick up the kill. But they got the kill, they got the turret. So, I mean, that's a win overall.
Yeah. There you got the turret, they got the kill. It's fine. I mean, they do need to be careful. They don't want to give up any of bit of their 7k gold lead that they accumulated for themselves right now. That's 2 full items and then a little bit of a change. But in any case, Hosflow kind of are the ones directing a lot of this team fight or a lot of this game right now, and it's going to be maybe quite a sight to see if Mind Your Business can find a way really back into this game here.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try and play it just a little bit smarter, a little bit safer. Obviously, business time was picked off quite a bit of times. The Trundle pick not doing as much as I think they would have hoped right now. I mean, Bark Bark is doing everything in his power to keep this game close, along with Tristana, who's trying to scale up. But I mean, this Ezreal is ahead right now. I mean, the Gwen is so strong, so deadly. But they have to be so careful, so safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Gwen is doing a lot of damage
Uh-oh.
with the needlework here, but here comes a 2-man pulverize. Really good engage coming out here. They're able to get the sleep off as well, so that's 2 people down already in the middle of this fight. Brennicus is trying his best, but oh, so worried. He is not going to be able to do anything, and it's just 3 members down for Mind Your Business. Caught out here, and they're looking potentially for the end here. They're just going to go find their way through bot lane, because I don't know if they can do this. Do have business time trying to do an insect, but it's not going to be enough in order to save out this game as well. Kilgar is the sole survivor, but I don't know if this is I don't know if he's actually going to be able to do this. It
Yeah,
looks like
it's not gonna be enough. It's just gonna be the game cosmic flow. They didn't play around. They went for the end once they just smelled just a tiny bit of a lead coming to them. And I mean, my goodness, like that last fight was the worst. Was like just the worst thing you could imagine. 2-man pulverize, 3-man sleep, 4-man, or no, not 4-man, 3-man true shot barrage, and obviously the needlework and the 1,000 cuts coming in from really everyone just did what they had to do at that last fight, and they were able to end it from there.
yeah, they are going to be ending it right there. So congratulations to Cosmic Flow. You guys are going to be running a little bit of your own gauntlet here. With that win, they are going to be able to make your way up and going to be facing the current current team that's #1 for gold, which is Urgatum Academy or Urgatum Academy. It's one of the two, honestly. It's one of the two. But yeah, congratulations. You guys are going to be continuing running down the gauntlet and fighting in the finals for tomorrow. Not same time, same place at the very least. I believe I have the gold semifinals over at around 2:30 or 3, one of the two. And we're going to be taking a short break. We have about 1 more hour until we actually get on over to the Nets semifinals to go on to, which is going to be Mingos versus the Ice Cold Beverages with Watu Britty and alongside of Krims. So I guess you can go somewhere, stretch your legs, get something to eat, get a snack, and then come back in an hour where we'll be showing off our next game of the like I said, glacial mingos versus ice cold beverages. You have any words you want to say before we go ahead and end off stream?
Nothing really. Just good job by both teams to put on some pretty good fights. But at the end of the day, it was Cosmic Flow. They just executed just a little more perfectly, but nonetheless, good job to both Cosmic and to Mind Your Business.
Yeah. So I've been Resco Dragon. He's been Asami, and we will be closing it out. Bye bye, guys.